cough.
My bad.
All right, let's start.
I got that scurvy.
You got the scurvy. Welcome to the League of Extraordinary Nerfherders. GoodOl'Maurice, if you could grab that live feed from our site and go post it someplace, that would be awesome. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Ooh, not that. Where's my little title slide? There we go. We're going to talk about 6 teams to slaughter the heroines of Territory Wars, Nightsisters. We're going to break down Gear 12 pieces, what to farm, and what you should buy, or if you should buy those packs in the store currently. We're going to look at GoodOl'Maurice's new raid comp that has fetched him over 35 million in HAAT, and talk a bit about how to make a farming plan for your guild. Welcome to this December 28th live stream, starting a little late at 11 o'clock p.m. And we're starting a little light in the loafers, can I say that? Missing 2 legs on our HAAT tonight. Grand Admiral Teals, aka Grandmaster, and Darth Bob are both away tonight. Darth Bob is working, doing his thing. His shift's changed a little bit. And Teals is with his wonderful, gorgeous, hilarious, lovely wife, who I have a crush on, even though I've never talked to, at her birthday dinner. So we're going to miss those guys. We bring you a stream tonight with absolutely no videos or high tech, because this is my first time DJing the stream, and hopefully you can hear my partner in crime, GoodOl'Maurice.
Yeller.
Can
you hear
me? I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeller.
Yeah, after my eloquent introduction, you said Yeller.
Well, I think, yeah, I was just trying to move us along. You gave the people way too much information about Bob and Teal's whereabouts.
They're at this sushi restaurant at the corner of 4th and...
Teals just checked in 18 minutes ago.
The reservation is under Grandmaster. Oh, damn. Okay, so
I'd like to start the stream off with a shot for Bob. Since Bob left already, technically we have to finish our whole drink, right? Like the whole thing.
Oh, Jesus, no. Okay, I have a shot of bourbon. Okay, ready?
All right.
1. Sith Lord says his pussy's hairy. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Now we're ready to go.
You should.
Thank you, Sith Lord, for editing that, by the way. It's very kind of you.
You should talk about what was that? You know, what we're drinking tonight in Darth Bob's absence.
What we're drinking tonight is going to be the leftovers in our liquor cabinets from all the streams we've done. So I have 2 bottles of bourbon here. I also have some tequila, and then there's if it gets nasty, I got some vodka left, some grapefruit jalapeno vodka.
Buh.
Yeah.
That's what you drank when Bob plans these beautiful, lovely drinks for us, and sometimes I flake out because of who I am. But that one time where he's like, let's all drink screwdrivers. That's how Bob talks for reals. He puts on a voice on the stream. Let's drink screwdrivers. And then you had jalapeno vodka. Like,
whoa, time that.
In the world.
Grapefruit jalapeno vodka.
Ooh. All right.
Yes. Tastes as good as it sounds.
All right. Let's go and check out we don't have the weather because our weatherman is absent. That's GMT, Grandmaster Trails. So we're going to go right to our game names of the week. We have a new channel in the Discord server, and if you are not part of this community, you need to come and be a part of it. As long as you're over 18 and you have a little bit of a fucked up nature, like all of the people on there do. There's some people who come into the Discord server and then exit immediately. You're welcome to do that too. It's a little bit weird in there, but I've posted the link to the server down in the bottom texty stuff, and come and join us. It's a great community, and you can look at the amazing memes channel, the beautiful Star Wars art channel, the lurid and often disgusting naughty Star Wars art channel, and most importantly, ask us questions about your roster and get some feedback. Yeah. All right, so the game name of the week, there's a channel on the server that talks about the game name of the week, and this time there's two that are highly related. I would even say maybe spiritually related. The first one is Vagina Face. Oh god. And this was, I don't know, somebody was looking for one of my guild members on their shard, and he's like, yeah, here's my contact info. I'm like, what the fuck? All right. And then the other one, which is much better than that, it's a classic to go down in all history, is Cunty McCuntface. Now, I feel like we did that on my birthday stream. Didn't we do Cunty McCuntface on my birthday stream?
I will say the C word is probably tossed around pretty freely that evening, though.
I'll look back in our records, because I think that one came up on there. We did 5 that night, and there was a Mick something that was pretty classic. When you're rambling on about our next stuff, I'll go and take a look. What do you think, GoodOl'Maurice? Why don't you introduce your damn self? I'm blabbing along here.
I'm GoodOl'Maurice. I'm here for this fabulous ride this evening. So far, so good, I think. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. I feel semi-prepared for once. Yeah. So, hello to everyone watching. I'm a member of Xi. That's about all. That's about all I got for you.
How's Xi doing on the territory wars right now?
We're doing well. We really, I think we found a very nice balance of offense and defense. I think I'm pretty confident we're going to clear the board. And they're off to a slow start, but once they get through the gates, they could catch right up. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And
this is the guild that has 8 million galactic power less than you, that you're doing well against?
Yes, it does.
Were you going to mention that?
I knew I wasn't. Thank you, though.
You're welcome. As a guild who's fought a guild that's 8 million galactic power higher than them, I have to say, go easy on them. I guess it's too late for that now, but...
Fuck that. I need a Zeta. I need a Zeta in my life.
Yeah, I've said for the first time today to the guild that I would like to just leave a team in there so that at least the other guild, at least there's another Zeta popping around, like if you leave one team in there at the very end as like a gracious gesture, then that guild gets 3 Zetas and you get 2. If you kill it, then you both get 2, right? Like you're just taking more goodies from EA. I don't know. It's like... Yeah,
that'll really show EA. They'll really
those 50 Zetas. All right. I guess I'll introduce myself too. I'm T-Money G of the Wolf Pack. We're not the HD Wolf Pack. They're a much better guild than us. We had a recruit go there this week by accident. I'm like, where the fuck are you? He's like, oh, I'm right here in this like much better guild than yours. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, we're doing territory wars right now, and we're actually up against the Republic. And we're very evenly matched. We both have about 125 million galactic power. I'm very excited to actually fight someone that's right in our GP range, and our arena rankings are very similar. So it's cool. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun anyway. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna post up what we're gonna talk about tonight, and see if anybody has Any opinions on what we should do first? T-Money, are you yelling at me?
Time out, time out. Just go ahead and start that again. What the fuck?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
What?
I don't know. There we go. No, carry on.
Was I just fucked up there for a minute? It didn't make sense.
What?
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to launch right into the 6 teams to slaughter the heroines of Territory Wars, the Nightsisters.
Okay, well, there's a little spoiler alert here. The picture you guys see includes General Grievous, and he is not on that list.
It's such a nice picture, though.
It is a cool picture.
I've used it a couple times. Can you give us a little like history of you and the Nightsisters? Just like a little like few minutes of when you discovered them. You've been farming them for a while. Blah blah blah. Rework. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Well, to say I've been farming them for a while would be a lie. Like, yes, I mean, because they were terrible before the rework. I had Asajj, and for the past, I don't know, ever since Zetas came out, I've been like, oh, Asajj has the best leadership in the game. She doesn't have any support. And, everyone laughed at me because they were right to do so. That I got super lucky and the Nightsisters got a rework. So I could be like, see what I mean? But just pure luck. But they're really good. I actually had to farm Talia and Acolyte when they got the rework. I didn't have them. But I guess Townsend came out, she was the missing piece. And then Zombie. Zombie is actually the missing piece. You can still win with the Nightsisters out Townsend, but you do need Zombie. Those two pieces really brought them together. I don't know much about the Spirit. I haven't used her much at all, so I haven't fooled with her much. But just the whole team all together, just so much health steal, so much health regeneration, and just under that Asajj Zeta, they get 50% turn meter every time they drop below 100% health, and they're just. And they get hit, they go below 100% health, they get the turn meter, and then they heal themselves right back up. So, I mean, if you have it modded and you practice with them, like every time your Nightsisters get hit, they get 50% turn meter. It's something else. That's why I don't even have Ray. Like, I think I have a Gear 8 and maybe Gear 9 Ray. Like, I'm in no hurry to get her just because these Nightsisters are so good. And I know 2 or 3 of them are locked behind a paywall, but the last Dark Side TV we did, I filmed all the battles. I used the 5 free-to-play, all 5 of them, including Initiate's slow, shitty ass. Like, I used her, and I got all the way through. P6, I kind of failed on the 4 of the 4. That was kind of lit down. But with the platoons, I think you could do it with all 5 of the free-to-play sisters.
So you're saying you broke them down into 2 teams?
Well, I just wanted to see, because, I'm always talking Nightsister this, and everyone has a valid point in that, like, well, sure, but you have Townsend and Zombie. So I was trying to do it without, like, just the 5 free-to-play Nightsisters that everybody can acquire, and they work great for Darkside TV. I got through P5, no problem, 4-4, but then we got to P6, and I think we had, like, 2 out of 6 maybe on the platoon, so only the level 1 bonuses, and that shit's tough with level 1 bonuses. Like, I got destroyed in P4, like the 4th phase. I couldn't quite get through it with the 5 free-to-play, but it's I think people are hesitant to invest in them because of the paywall of these newer characters, but I mean, they're still a viable team with the 5 free ones. So,
and speaking as someone who has, I have Mother Townsend at 5, so I've like willed a teeny bit on her, and then Zombie at 4. Like, for certainly for Territory Wars, you can use them everywhere, right? I took down a really tough Ray team today. I think the BB-8 was like 270 something. It was like a fast little BB-8, super fast Ray team. Had no problem. Nobody even died. Like, I use Mother Townsend lead, so if they die, it's fine. They come back, and it's actually very useful. But so they're great in Territory Wars. I don't think that they should be on defense in Territory Wars anymore, because Imperial Troopers, as everybody gets their Imperial Troopers up, their Imperial Troopers are an easy win against them. And then for dark side territory battles, I can go all the way to P4 with them anyway, and then I make like a little combo team for P5 and P6 because I have the free-to-play ones at Gear 12, but not Talia and Initiate. But do you think GoodOl'Maurice, do you think you could split them and make 2 teams and like add in a couple of extra characters for offensive teams on Territory Wars?
Yeah, what I'm going to start doing personally for Territory Wars is I'm going to field a defensive team of Asajj.
Let's see if we're back online again.
Oh, yeah, it was lagging out kind of bad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're live. We're on.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. But so for Territory Wars, you can split them up in 2 teams. And this is, of course, if you have the spirit, it's going to be much easier. But what I'm going to start doing on defense, I'm going to leave Asajj lead, Talia, Daka, Zombie, and then I'm going to put Barris in as my defensive team. So I can save the Talzin lead with Acolyte and Initiate for offense. And those 3 alone, you put them with, a couple tanks. Maybe even like Baze and Churret. That's pretty nasty on offense, and you can get through like a CLS and definitely a Ray team. But I can sit here and talk about how good they are all day long, but it's absolutely foolish of me to assume that they can't be beat, because they definitely can be beat. There are a lot of hard counters in the game to beat them, and it's going to get to the point.
What a wonderful transition! Should we start going through them?
Well, that's what I was doing before you interrupted me.
All right. I just want to put my next slide up. I can put it up.
I know, I'm kidding. And a lot of guys in the chat are saying the first one, and it's clearly obvious that, especially if you have that Zeta on Veers, they are the hard counter to the Nightsisters. Just because, just the combination of the Imperial Troopers just slaughters the Nightsisters. You got that AoE Death Trooper, the healing immunity. And if the Nightsisters can't heal, the Nightsisters are worthless. They really are. Any time you can get the healing immunity on the Nightsisters, it really, really just slows them down almost to a stop. It's interesting because the Nightsisters are a counter to Ray, the new Ray, but on offense, like if you flip the tables, Ray is also a counter on offense to the Nightsisters. But we'll talk about them in a second, I guess. But Imperial Troopers, they got the AoE healing immunity. Veers' Zeta is given turn meter every time somebody dies. So if somebody's using that cheese dick cornball, I've got a Gear 5 zombie trick. Like, it just, Veers just a very high pitch. My throat actually hurts. But Veers just gobbles that. So every time zombie dies, the whole team gets 50% turn meter. And just they've got 2 taunts to go through. Snow Troopers AoE is just devastating. They're very susceptible to AoE because apart from Initiate, they have no counters whatsoever. Especially Snow Trooper just keeps spraying that AoE across the board. It's pretty nasty.
So let's go through it. So
Grim actually makes a very good point. Mm-hmm. Veers does not need to be the lead to be effective against it. It's almost any Imperial Trooper composition you put in that includes Veers and Death Trooper. And I would almost venture to say Snow Trooper is going to be the Nightsisters. You can run a Thrawn lead. You can run you can run a Krennic lead. And you can use any Empire lead pretty much.
And Veers' ability, like his additional protection and the turn meter gain, that's a Zeta on his unique. That's not even a Zeta on his leadership. So
that's correct. Yeah,
I think that's one of the best uniques in the game. It reads like a leadership ability, but it's on his unique.
Well, until the Nightsisters came out, it was not. But now, they are a hard counter to the Nightsisters, and the game is forcing these Imperial Troopers down our throats with the dark side territory battles. So there's going to come a time very, very soon where your Nightsisters are not going to be a good defensive team. They're better suited for offense because everyone's going to have an Imperial Trooper team just to gobble right through you. So, like, for the short term, Nightsisters are fantastic on defense, territory wars, wise, but in long term, they are not an option for defense just because this team everyone's going to have them. You have to get Veers and Snowtrooper, and those are like two of the key components, to beating the Nightsisters that everyone's going to have. So
Vister Kai sent me a video this week of actually a couple of them of his undergeared Imperial troopers taking down very well geared Talzin led teams. So yeah, it's happening already, but they're still wonderful for defense. We held all of our Talzin teams, all of our Zetas, all of our Nightsister teams for offense this time, just assuming that whoever we're going to fight is going to understand that Imperial troopers can take them down, and they were essential for taking down some really stinking fast Ray teams for sure.
Yeah, and it's gonna come to a point where everyone's like, "Oh, I got this, I've got this Gear 5 zombie. Come get some." Like, please bring it. Like, you're gonna have to gear that zombie up at some point. Like, this little cheese dick trick of keeping him super low gear, or her, excuse me, super low gear, is gonna pass because it's gonna do more harm than good in territory wars. So if you got a tanky zombie, they're not gonna be getting that turn meter as often, and that's you can't. I mean,
and Ventress isn't gonna be getting her offense stacking.
Well, if you can't get, yes, it's nice to get that stuff stacking, and I've got a Zeta on both Daka and her for stacking stuff. But like, if it's preventing you from winning, like the zombie dying over and over and over again, it's not gonna, I'd rather win than get those Zetas going,
All right, we're gonna go to a team that we talked about at length on December 7th in our Nerfherder stream, and I've been trying to pull goodies out of there to make a little video out of it. The Phoenix Squad. Why?
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. That was a pretty cool little video we did.
GoodOl'Maurice, could you just talk about percentage-based healers and versus equalizing healers a little bit before you start talking about the Phoenix?
Okay, well, just a concept. It's not really a team comp, but a concept that beats the Nightsisters is like percentage-based healing, such as like, I'm gonna name off some stupid characters, but this is examples like Luminara. You've got Captain Han. You've got I think Ewok Elder, Jedi Counselor. There are many other. Daka herself. Daka is like a percentage-based healer. Any heal that can bring you up, like let's say like Daka, heal all units, 40% of her max health. That has the potential to bring a character all the way up to 100% health again. And when your characters get to 100% health, it knocks out the plague altogether. Whereas the equalized heal, like Barriss, Hermit Yoda, Chirrut, it brings everyone's health to the average level. So very, very rarely are you going to get your 100% health back. Like in most cases. It might even bring, if your characters are at 100% health, it will bring them down below 100% health. So it's tough to shake the plague with equalized heals, like a Barriss. So like I think Captain Han is an excellent character. Just him, I think he's on the list. So if I skipped ahead, I'm sorry. But so if there's a slide for that, I apologize. Captain Han himself is an individual character that counters Nightsisters very well. He's a percentage-based healer. He heals based on a percentage based on his max health, and he also dazes. So when with the daze on his basic, that's incredible. You stick Asajj with that, she's not going to get any turn meter when she goes below 100% health if she's the lead, or if somebody dies. Her Zeta gives her 35% turn meter when anybody dies. So it's just going to completely neutralize that. It will stop Daka for getting turn meter. It stop Talzin. It will just completely neutralize Talzin's Zeta. Like you make their Zetas, you basically with one basic attack just completely neutralize the investment they made in a Zeta on any of those characters. So look at you getting fancy, skipping ahead and shit.
What?
All right, yeah. So Captain Han, character that we're all going to be
you're
forced
watching
to
the
have.
delay.
I know. But character we all have. Where if you don't have him, you're going to have him eventually. If you want to be in a guild that's doing well in light side territory battles, you're going to have Captain Han, and you can throw, a multitude of rebels around him. Can I say Chase or is that a slide too?
it's a slide in itself, but it's a double
So
whammy.
yeah. So yeah, like you compare him with just a
So
makeshift
we
rebel
talked about
team.
Cholo. Cholo has a percentage based heal as well. It's what 40% of his maximum health, and Daka
Hmm.
has a percentage based heal, and so doesn't Barris as well. She does like it's like 15% or something. It's not a lot, but she will heal up to full health, but it's just not as much as some of the other ones, right?
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's like 20%. I think it's like equalize the health and then 10 to 20%
Yeah,
additional heal.
of
But
hers.
it's very rare. And I actually, never mind. That's
And
a
I
whole different
find
topic.
with Nightsisters fighting teams with a Zeta Barris on them a pain in the butt, because if it's a good enough Zeta Barris, like if it's a 40,000 health Zeta Barris, then she's cleansing the plague just by you attacking them. Yeah. I know I've
Hmm.
told you this before and you don't believe me. It's because your Nightsisters are so much better than mine, but it's the truth. So our free to play option, our like wedge lead. Talk about the like the budget, taking down the Nightsisters. You know, some whaley guy is in your territory war and puts a Nightsisters team in, and you're in a guild that doesn't have a shit ton of Imperial troopers to counter that with. So, what about wedge lead?
You got Wedge on here with Baze and Turret. I mean, Baze is a free to play character, but he's very difficult to obtain. But Wedge's lead grants heal every time you crit, and even more heal on top when you kill a character. So it's very feasible that your rebels, it applies to rebel characters. It's very feasible that your rebels can constantly just be going up to 100% health, back down. So you can shake the plague. It's not as easy to control, because it will be random. Like let's say your wedge has plague on him and he goes but doesn't crit. It's not going to give him, it is kind of RNG dependent, but it's very feasible for free to play, especially if you're on an earlier shard. I'm sure these shards that are like brand new and Towson was like a marquee character, like I'm sure everyone has Towson in the arena squad. So this is a very feasible free to play build to beat them, especially early to mid game. Like a wedge of bigs, Baze and Turret. Baze and Turret themselves are a counter because of the just massive heal over times Shrewd gives when you get crit hit. So I mean, you're constantly getting up to 100%. You guys have faced Chase 100 times, 100 million times, and you can have Baze all the way down to 10% health, and he's got 9 heal over times on his head, and all of a sudden he's at 100% health again. Like he's going to be at 100% health. He's also going to shake any plague he has on him. Especially under wedge lead. I mean, they're constantly going to have health. That's a rebel team that's very difficult to beat, especially if they have like the med packs at gear 12 or like health based mods on them, like the circle health primaries and stuff like that. You can definitely beat the Nightsisters with a wedge lead. Hell, I mean, the guy we just talked about, Wedge, Biggs, Chase, and Captain Han. That will take care of the Nightsisters easy. That's a good team, actually. I might try that.
And we're talking
That's
about
pretty good.
Lando as well
Yes.
with Acolyte stealth. Like that's if with a Mother Towson lead with Acolyte stealth, that's where everything hinges. So you just have to kill Acolyte, and that whole thing falls apart. So
That's a very, very good
you
point.
need an AOE in order to do that, and Lando is a tune that everybody has.
Well,
One of the only rebel AOEs, and that if you have Baze, then you have the Baze AOE dispel. But if you don't have a dispel, then you need to have an overhead attack.
I'm glad you said. I would have completely forgot about him. Like that. There is no counter on the count. Like nobody uses Lando, because when he AOE's, it's like there's the CLS is either countering or it triggers all sorts of stuff. Like against Baze and Shrewd, if you crit, you'll crit all 5 guys with Lando. I mean, yes, they got lots of damage, but you'll give them all heal over time. So there's just too many negative, side effects to using him. But Nightsisters have none of that. Like there is, like that's how you beat Nightsisters in a nutshell, is just AOE and healing. Like that's how you beat them. To summarize, like Lando's fantastic. Lando's great for beating Nightsisters, and I would venture to say that probably at least 85% of all players in the game have Lando in their bounty hunter, credit heist team, you know. So you got him. He doesn't even have to be gear 11, 12. I mean, you can throw him in there under geared if you need to for these territory wars. But yeah, what Rebels under Wedge are a budget build to beat the Nightsisters with for sure.
Your budget build to beat the Nightsisters. Nightsisters versus Nightsisters. That's the last slide.
Is that really a slide?
It is really a slide, and it's something that I added to the video that we're making about them. It's just basically any team versus any team. You're just battling your gear and your mods and your technique, right? If the team works bad on defense with their AI, then you're going to struggle, or you're not going to struggle. If it works well, then yeah, so that's just, it's worth a mention, right? I think everybody should get Nightsisters. I think they're so fun to play. I was really iffy about it, but I think they're a fantastic, very dynamic team. And certainly for territory wars, I see them staying here for a very long while.
Boom.
Boom. Shakalaka. Hey, I have an idea. It's a little bit off book, but I think it's really worthwhile. I don't have a slide for it. Let me go back to this title slide. I have done very poorly on territory wars in the past, and this time I actually took some advice of one of my guildmates, Scocolino, I think it's pronounced, and just really carefully went about every single battle. So I'm wondering if we could talk for a few minutes on just like how you and I both go about approaching a team in territory wars.
Don't ask me about today because I really shit the bed today.
I know. I wanted to point that out too, but no, just kidding.
I lost two of my best offensive teams and set the next guy up with shit tons of turn meter. Just like
So
yikes.
How do you think that happened? Because you're typically pretty careful in your, was there something that happened, or was it just like bad RNG? What do you think happened today?
Just not being careful, just like not scoping out the mods, and like there was a team with like a triple Zeta CLS lead, and I just get like, I just went in there, and all of a sudden like everyone's getting all this turn meter and shit, and it was like and just next thing I know they're just going out of control, and my whole team's there like fuck, I didn't have time to retreat,
Oh, sorry, my bourbon.
Yeah, B. Moss said, "Don't ask GO in for pointers on TW." Yeah, I really shit the bed today.
So that happened.
I did not do well.
What was that?
I did not do well today. I was a little embarrassed.
I did really well today, and I have not been doing well the last couple. And so what I did was, God, was it your advice? I don't know, somebody's advice. No, it was Scocolino. So I went in, looked at all of the tunes that could possibly have higher speed. So if it's a Sithy team, then you're looking at Emperor Palpatine and Dooku. If it's a Rey team, you're looking at BB-8 and R2. So you're just looking at all of the speed to just see how your speed compares. And then actually looking at every single tune and thinking about your tunes and the speed that they have and the like damage that they have and then it sounds kind of cheesy, but actually envisioning what's going to happen. So you're going to go in, who's going to get to go first? So you go into a Rey fight, BB-8 goes first, then R2 goes, you still haven't gone, what's going to happen? Rey's going to go, when are you going to get your turn? Like just trying to figure out what is actually going to happen for those first like maybe 5 or 6 exchanges before you can actually go in and do it. And it's stupid and it takes a lot of time, but yeah, it's been really good today. I was able to take down like a bunch of teams that I just sucked. The last time I went in and tried to take out a Maul team with a Darth Nihilus lead and just got destroyed, and then wasted my entire roster trying to like save face on this fucking team. It was awful and embarrassing, and this time has gone a lot smoother. I took out an EP lead. It was like this Gear 12 Sithy team with my like Gear 11 Biggs and Wedge and Lando, and then like Gear 9 Stormtrooper Han and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. I was very happy. So yeah, it just takes a little bit of like pause and thought, and I just wanted to say that. I don't know if that's useful.
Well, B Masu is heckling me. He wants me to tell you about. Okay, I go in and I face this team. I do well against it. I get them all the way down to just CLS. And I'm like,
that's no good.
I was like, okay, I can't just because man, today I swear every time I get like a team, I don't know, I play weird. I send in like a couple strong characters with 3 like real bullshit characters and kind of pick them apart, right? But in the end, I end up using 4 meta characters instead of 5 and just get rid of all my trash in the bottom that I can't use anywhere else, you know. But I'd go in today and I'd knock out like GK and then like another character, and then I'd load up my next team and somebody'd go in there and beat it. I was like, fuck. so
someone's scooping you on your like half-done team?
Yeah. I was heckling them in the chat. I don't care. Let's just burn through the shit. I don't give a fuck about banners. This is win. And but like I go in and I get this team all the way down just to CLS. So I go to my roster and I don't have any banners yet. Like, you know, I'm you know, encouraging everyone to keep a team that can beat CLS. And I got one down to CLS, so I'm gonna get my banner. And I bring in my full clone team with a Zeta Cody, all Gear 11, still relatively well modded from when I used to use them in P4. And I'll be damned if CLS didn't just wipe the fucking floor with all 5 of them. That one CLS beat the shit out of my whole clone team, and it still had over half protection. He went like 6 times in a row. He like healed himself, popped my ass, went again, popped my ass, got even more buffs, just kept going. I was like, fuck. Anyways, that's what happened. There you go, Bimasu.
So I have a different story. A story of me winning is that, well, it's not, because Silas is just such a good tune on his own. I think he's even sometimes better on his own than he is with a team, as you know, in like a Rancor raids and that sort of thing. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so there was somebody took out a Barris GK team. The whatchamacallit, the Republic had this section of pretty much 100% General Kenobi lead, Zeta Barris, 5s, and Darth Nihilus and somebody else, usually R2, like 90% R2. It's just the same team this whole way down. It was a good team, but, you know, anyway, we beat that with our resistance. But I went in and tried to clean up General Kenobi and Barris, and I did it with my Zeta Kylo, and it was so slow because Kenobi was very fast, and so was Barris, and so they were getting foresight, and so I just hit auto. This is very boring, but they just hit auto for like 3 minutes, and then at the end I was like stopped it and killed them both. It was wonderful.
Oh Jesus! I went into my resistance team today. Like I scoped out. I'm talking about. I looked at every team down there until I found, because you know when you can beat these Titan teams with resistance, you either have to face a team that maybe doesn't have Thrawn, or your opponent needs to be faster than Thrawn. So I found a team,
even
very
with
good
CLS
team.
lead.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. But I went in there and I found a Thrawn at 230. I'm like, perfect. I got this motherfucker. And I went in there, and I'll be damned if Han didn't just pop, stun Poe right out of the gate. I'm like, well, shit. And then Thrawn went, fractured resistance trooper, and then they murdered my Poe. I hadn't even gone yet. I'm like, fuck, man. They went my whole resistance team. And so I just retreated, so I didn't leave. So I didn't leave and turn me for the next guy.
What? You can retreat?
Yeah, you retreat. And I don't quote me on this, but I'm fairly sure that it just resets the battle.
What?
Because I'm assuming it does it for turn meter, because I'll go in there and I'll beat a character or two, or beat them all the way down to like, you know, maybe 50% health, and they'll be stomping my ass. So I just retreat, and when you go back in and look at it, all the characters still have full health and protection. So I'm assuming it just resets.
That's
so the turn meter too.
Worth checking out.
Oh, you can go. Oh, that's cheap. Oh yeah, fuck you. I'm retreating every time. I don't care. I fucked up.
Did you get to use your team again though? You should
No,
know
hell
that.
no, 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 no. Your team's toast. You
Okay, so
lose.
your team's
You
toast, but
lose.
you don't fuck up turn meter. All right.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I know the health and protection resets, so I'm assuming the turn meter does as well. I don't have any sort of
I think we should
evidence.
bring Bimasu in here because he's just beaking off in chat, correcting you, and I kind of want him to be doing it live.
Oh, he can
Bimasu, if you want
bring
to
them
come in
on.
here, you should come in here with us. Something that I didn't know that I'm fucking like want to slap myself in the face. We can do that a little later. If you kill the
Yeah,
leader,
everyone's at time out. Everyone's saying if no, it does not. If you retreat, you lose. Absolutely, you do. You lose all 5 of your characters, but you don't fuck over the next guy that tries to go in there and face them. Like you
I,
give them a
I think what
fresh team.
I think what Maurice is saying is that if you forfeit, you lose all of your tunes in there, but the battle resets to 0. Like there's no, if you took half of Baze away, then Baze is going to be full health again, and everything is going to be reset to the beginning. Is that right?
Well, and Dreadful Soul makes a good point. If you took out even one enemy, it's not worth retreating. So yes, that's true. But like if you there, I mean, I'm
But
just gonna call myself out. There's been
there's
multiple times where I go in and underestimate a team and just get my ass stomped.
yeah.
And so all the characters are still standing, so I'll retreat.
There's a couple of times where it's like you have to like pull the phone a little bit close to your face. You're like, motherfuck. There's like one tick off General Kenobi and one tick off Fives. Like fuck. Like where did they leave it? What? Yeah. It's...
And if there, every single person in this chat is guilty of at least one time totally underestimating a team and going in there and just fucking, just shit in the bed. Just oh God, this is awful. So, but yeah. So I mean, I guess you could argue that it's a cheap tactic, but I don't know.
No way. Tactic's a tactic. This is war, folks. Territory wars, not real war. The piece that I didn't know about that I just want to tell everybody about is that, and I feel sheepish about that I didn't know, is that if you go in and you kill the leader, then that leader ability is gone. It does not stay in perpetuity. So, for instance, if you go in and kill Hera, then her leader ability is gone, and when you go back in, they don't share each other's uniques. So if you poke Sabine, she's not going to retaliate if Kanan is still alive. Right? This is true?
On paper, yes. I feel like that's true, but then somebody was arguing that it's not the case. But I don't know if that person was full of shit or not. I can't remember who was. They made a valid argument, but
there's so much still to figure out with this stuff. Like I hope for territory wars. I hope, I don't know. It's kind of sucks being up near like in the top 100 because everybody's figuring this out at the same time because we're all keen little nerds. But I think it would be fun to be like a guild that was 50, 60 million right now. And there's like, if you're keen, there's so much to do to get ahead and to succeed.
I had my alt in Zai to kind of just do 600s. So I'm kind of just fooling around with it, and I'm in a guild that's actually 60 million. They don't use any sort of game chat except the game chat, like in-game chat, and we're doing pretty well. Like everyone's, it's kind of cool. Like you really have to, like if I put in my 4 best defensive teams, that's like my whole roster. So like I had to field defensive teams of like, Gear 5 Ewoks, like terrible teams just because and everyone's doing it. Like, I mean, that's what everyone does. They put in. That seems to be the game plan here: is 2 good teams on defense, 2 crap teams, and then just use everything else on offense. It's kind of, it's actually very helpful to me because, and all of us on the stream are kind of guilty of this. Like, we're all in well-established guilds. It's tough to go back in time, but like everyone's like worried. Like they're in our back zone, they want, they're like at least 2 chase teams. Everyone's trying to have, 70,000 power plus arena teams. And it's cool to see, I don't know, how Zai would have played this, a year and a half ago.
What do you mean by that?
Well, like if we were 60 million,
Gotcha.
it's just, it's kind of helpful. I feel like if I stick with this alt for a few weeks, I might have a little better grasp on maybe helping newer players and stuff like that. Like you play this game for so long, you kind of lose sight of what it's really like to have to balance. Damn, I need this character bad, but I need mods. Like you lose. I don't know. There's a lot more to balance. Yeah, like there's a for real credit, like credit crunch is real. I forgot how bad it was. you know, when you're leveling up your roster and stuff.
And like the fact that for us it's like 25 teams in a region. It's what is it? It's there's 8 regions with tunes in them and 2 regions with ships in them. It's reasonable for a guild that's over 100 million galactic power to put in is it 100? I think it's 100 teams on defense. It's completely unrealistic for a guild that has 20 or 30 million galactic power. So the strategy is more dynamic. I personally hold to this. I think that what EA needs to do to fix it is just lift that 25 restriction and just lift it. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a particular number. They can just lift it and it can be nothing, and then you have this whole world to play with where like what do you do? What do you do on offense? What do you do on defense if there isn't a limit on the various regions and how many teams you can put in?
Well, you know what? I mean, that's like you were saying that, and I was like, damn, that's absurd. But but then like that, I thought about it for a second. You're right, because then I mean, there'd be no. That would fix it for damn sure. That fix the whole system. Like,
I mean, maybe someone would just put their whole roster in there, and then you wouldn't have a hope. But then I don't know.
Like you could put 75 teams in each territory, but you have nothing on offense. All we have to do is go in and beat like 3 of your teams, and we win the whole thing. Well, actually, no, fuck it. Nah, shit. You have to put a cap on it. You have to put a cap on it. Because like if you
need to find some way where it's skill versus skill.
Yeah, I know, but like 20 points for defense, you start stacking just like an absurd amount of teams in like the back territories. That's like you could just put in garbage.
Yeah. You'd have to change the defense points. Like there could be no points on defense. It's only points for offense or something. But yeah. But then nobody's gonna put any defensive teams on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move along. I really want to get to this Gear 12 thing. Like a lot of times when we make a thing to cover, it's like, what am I curious about learning? We are going to learn about the breakdown of Gear 12. I've had a lot of questions this week coming at me just by like friends and relative guilds, like, do I buy that pack, right? What I mean, that's the question that's been coming, but it's also a question that I've had is, of all of these different types of gear, what are they all going to be useful for every single tune? I noticed a piece of gear on Barris that was like critical chance. I'm like, what the fuck does Barris need critical chance for? But there's a part of me that's like, oh, I mean, it's there, so obviously I should put it on her if it's an important tune for me and for my squad. So tonight we're just going to go over, like, what are we going to go over? GoodOl'Maurice, are you going to go over all of them? Like, I want to know kind of like some really key pieces of gear and like Bayonet HAAT, like kind of picking out some of the really, really key pieces for key tunes, and maybe just, some of the highlights of what the different gear pieces do. What do you think, Ken? You have a vision for this?
Well, there is one piece that is just hands down, I think, the best piece, and all the rest there's not a bad piece. They're all very complimentary. I get there's a couple pieces that you probably should never buy from the store, but if you naturally accumulate them, they're helpful. There's really not a bad piece, and a lot of them directly counter one another. But it just you really have to look at your character. You know, there's some pieces we'll get into, and
Why don't you
some of
talk
the
about why don't you talk about your Nightsisters first? Because they're quite specific with their pieces.
well, yeah, all the Night Sisters for the most part have the med pack, and all this med pack does is give 6250 additional health. And there's such a health regeneration oriented team, especially under that Asajj lead. The higher your health pool, the more health you're going to get back from percentage base. Doc's heal. Can you hear me? I thought, did my computer crash?
Something's a little funky. I just added Teals to the Skype. I'm assuming
Okay,
that's what it
yeah,
was.
you can hear me though. Yeah, I thought I crashed. Okay. So the med packs are good. 6250 health, and this is a piece that all the Night Sisters get. You want to put them all on the Night Sisters, um, eventually, because that really completes. If you want to run a Saj led team, if you want to make it all it can be, you want to put these med packs on. For the most part, if you're really going all in on a character in a comp, you need to put the appropriate pieces on. I guess that's kind of what we're going to go over tonight. Which pieces go where? Not every character really needs every piece, but the med packs are good. 6250. The more health you have, the more health you get from Doc's heal. The more health you're revived with when you get revived, so on and so forth. The higher your health pool, and the higher your health pool is, the more stacking health you get from Asajj's unique, Daka's unique, all sorts of stuff. The benefit, and that's just with one faction. I mean, obviously the med pack is going to be huge on characters, even outside of the Night Sisters, with huge amounts of health steal, like Raid Han, for instance. He's got the double tap. The higher his health pool is, the more likely the more survivability he gets, especially in like a raid scenario. Because if he can withstand, a tank blast and get through all the turret shots and stuff, because his health pool is high enough, he will always be able to heal himself up to 100% again, because he goes, double tapping and doing huge damage with the health steal. Any character with a high health steal is going to benefit from this. The Phoenix as a faction, or just like the Night Sisters, the higher health pool they have, the more health they're going to get back from Chopper's unique, and the health steal they have as well. They'll be able to keep their health pools even higher, just keep them and give them more survivability. We talked about earlier, healers with the percentage-based heals are, I want to say, I want to say all of them are based on their maximum health. So if you have a med pack on, say, I don't know, Raid Han, you put this health pack on him, and if he does 40%, 50%, if he
Talking
does
about
50%,
Raid Han? You mean
or
Cholo?
excuse me, Captain Han, yeah, like Captain Han. Let's say Captain Han does 50% of his max health. I mean, instantly you give yourself, what is that, 3,100 additional that's going to heal, So they're very good for the percentage-based healers. And those are very simple piece. And you start putting these health packs on, and those health circles are the health primaries on the circle mods.
Which
So
ones? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
the circle mods, you can get protection or health primaries on
Mm-hmm.
them. The health. A lot of people kind of cringe when they see that they have a really good mod with a health primary in that slot, and this makes it a little less. Turns that cringe up a little bit. I don't know.
GoodOl'Maurice, can I post your roster?
I don't care. Yeah.
So I just learned I learned a lot from looking at your Nightsisters and how you mod them with regards to health.
Yeah. Health this is a relatively new thing in the game, and it's mainly because of these health packs. The reason Barris is such a pain in the ass now is because of all the med packs and the higher health pools, because they're healing for more. Like, Barris has been around, she's worked the same for months. Ever since they fixed her, she's been the same. But now you're really starting to see her pop back up, is because people are starting to slap these med packs on. There's another piece we'll talk about in a few minutes. The one that looks like the gold grill, the what's the official name? The armor plating.
Are you saying grill like gold teeth?
Yeah, like the armor plating that yeah. So, but that's pretty straightforward. The the med packs. They're a good piece. A lot of people are like, oh, they're the best piece. They are not the best piece, but they're a very good piece. All these pieces are good in the right scenario, on the right character, and yeah, that's about all I got on med pack. So that's pretty straightforward. I wouldn't wait to do in depth onto that.
I thought that Barris had a med pack. I just assumed that she did, but she doesn't, which kind of sucks.
She's got a Cadillac grill, gold grills.
That's the 1500 piece, right?
Oh yeah, and it gives 110 strength as well. Fuck it, you just want to dive right into that piece next?
Sure.
All right, we'll get into that piece. The MK12 Armor Tech armor plating, and this is going to be another health-based piece, 1500 health. And but the interesting thing to see, like you see 1500, you're like, that's nice, but it also gives
Ranger
100.
Just donated $5 in Monopoly money. We have to drink.
I grew up playing the game of life. Monopoly's for bitches.
1, 2, 3. Even expensive bourbons.
All right, the chat, is this interesting at all, or am I just like blathering on, putting you guys to sleep?
I think you might be blathering on and putting us to sleep.
Okay, well, we'll tighten it up here.
Let me ask you some questions. So,
okay,
tell us about Bayonet Han and what the bayonet piece. Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
You sound muffly.
That's Teals. Is that you, Teals?
Yes, it is.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome, buddy. How was the dinner?
It was good. Old Spaghetti Factory, wife's birthday, whole family deal.
Did you get to sit in the trolleys?
They're first come, first serve. We tried to reserve it, but no bueno.
No bueno. There's in Calgary, they have an Old Spaghetti Factory, but they don't have trolleys, and no one knows that it's supposed to have trolleys. I'm like, where's the fucking trolleys? They're like, what trolleys? I'm like, what do you mean, what fucking trolleys? That's why you come to Old Spaghetti Factory, sit in the fucking trolleys. Trolleys. What'd you eat?
Chicken parmesan.
Some pussy.
That's for later. You Mac, are you? We're talking about Gear 12 and not putting any video because streaming is really hard, Teals. Thank you for all of your work on this stream. Yeah. Are you drinking?
I'm like 5 minutes in the door. I'm not even on the computer. I'm just on the phone, trying to put the kid down and everything all at once. I did have a brown sugar Lagunitas IPA at the restaurant, though. It was delicious.
Some of that brown sugar.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right. There's also little graphs on my screen. So let's talk about Bayonet Han. I think of all of the Gear 12 pieces. For me, Bayonet Han was the most. What?
Bayonet, about any attacker, just puts them on a whole different level.
Okay, well, we'll talk about two pieces because they're essentially the same thing. It's the MK12 bayonet, and then also the MK12 Armor Tech Tactical Data.
Ooh.
The thing that looks like an atom.
Which one?
Because they're essentially the one that looks like an atom ball. They're essentially the same piece. The bayonet, like you guys mentioned on Han, it's disgusting. I'm pretty sure Luke takes one as well. Does he not?
I believe so.
I know. I put one on Asajj and Han. I think those are the only two I really have equipped.
Asajj and Ventress has one. Oh, no, my bad. She has Medpack.
Asajj and the Ventress, so they both have bayonets.
Alkalite has a bayonet too.
Oh, Alkalite and Ventress have bayonets, yeah.
So, but anyways, okay, but the difference, you'll see these bayonets, and then I just mentioned the atoms. you need to go in and look at your characters. The bayonets aren't going to do you any good on characters that don't do physical damage, like Han, CLS. For most of the characters, I think Ahsoka takes one. Okay, I'm looking at it now. Ahsoka, Asajj, Boba Fett takes one. Death Trooper takes one. First Order TIE Pilot takes one. Ezra takes one. Anakin. These are relevant characters. But then you have them on characters like Jyn Erso. You have them on Snowtrooper. You have them on like Zam Wessel. Like these characters, they don't really generate much offense from their physical damage. So these bayonets, you know, these things come so rarely. You're going to want to put them on. Han would definitely be the first to go to. I don't see CLS on this list. Maybe he doesn't get one.
He doesn't get one. I'm looking at him now. He's got the med pack, with the multi-tool, and he has the Mark 12 Armor Tech Cybernetic. The tactics, physical damage, physical critical chance.
Both Rey's, Resistance Trooper, Pilot, and Poe all take a bayonet, which is interesting because you can kind of mod your resistance for damage and like crit damage and stuff if you use like a BB-8 and get that secret intel going. So that's something to maybe very long term to think about improving your resistance team.
Yeah, especially if you're using a Jedi Rey lead. You actually can use Poe's attack once in a while.
Yeah, and it says 120 physical damage, but it's significant. But the thing we leave off is a 60 armor penetration, which
So explain that. Explain the armor penetration.
What is you penetrate armor with armor penetration?
No, you shut your face. Explain armor penetration.
Well, armor penetration is just every character has their armor stat. And I'm not sure how it translates. Like, like a lot of these, like this piece, for instance, gives 30 physical critic rating. You don't get 30% extra critical chance. Like, it converts it to some percentage in game, and I'm not sure how much that percentage is. I don't know, maybe 6%. We'll just say, just pulling a number completely out of my ass. Somebody in the chat knows
it's
this.
Literally ignoring an equal amount of the armor, so as your armor pen. So I look at my Han right now. He's got 149 armor pen. So 149 of that armor is completely negated.
What do you say? It shows in my game.
Say again, Teals? Like, where do you get the hard number from? Because I can only see the percentage number in the stats in game. Like, it says, like, it's like 32% physical armor or something like that, and you can raise it to 40. But it doesn't say the actual physical number, so the 60 is so abstract.
Yeah, it's true. It's magic. It uses
Well, okay. If you look
we've been streaming for an hour and 2 minutes. It's officially okay for us to go off the fucking rails. Perfect.
Oh, I've been off the rail. I just rambled all about the med pack for like 23 minutes.
The med pack is amazing. Do you remember way back when I think it was on an RSG stream, I was like, all this gear, blah, 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 it's shit. And you're like, the med pack, 6,250 health. I was like, oh, I'm wrong. Like, that's a good piece. That's a good piece. Let's end it with this. If there were...
End it with this? We still got 5 fucking pieces to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to... Okay, go ahead. Make it quick. Tighten it up.
Oh, okay. So we're just going to talk about 2 pieces? I sat here and did all this shit and put all the characters down. Which... Okay, carry on. We're done.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
No.
We talked about 2 fucking pieces. We didn't talk about the best piece, the one that's in the packs now.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm just drunk. You gotta fucking ignore me. Learn.
Yeah, so we'll do the multi-tool last so we can transition into our next part about are the packs worth it. But okay, we talked about the bayonet, and there's a piece that's identical to it called the Tactical Data Atom-looking piece. And it's the same exact piece, just it focuses on intelligence and resistance. But the characters like Palpatine, Talzin, they don't necessarily take these pieces. But like Palpatine, Talzin, Krennic, they all do special damage on their basic. And intelligence is tactics. Intelligence is tactics. Actually, I got that wrong. Never mind. Intelligence. Carry on. We'll just go back to that later. That's not even remotely close to
It's
what I'm
fucking complicated though, right? Like it's like what this is
No,
like a
no,
little
no,
mobile
no.
game, and there's all this super complicated math behind it.
Yeah, that's just a different piece altogether. Never mind. So the bayonet's done. We got that done. The armor tech plating. We're talking about the med pack. This one gives 1,500 health. It also gives 110 strength. But you'll notice a lot of your characters, Barris and I think Kenobi both take this, and they're perfect examples that their health pool and their armor rating a lot of times are generated from their strength stat, like in game. Like when you rank up your characters from level 73 to 74, you see their strength, agility, and tactics, raise up a couple ticks, and this gives them 110 strength, which generates even more health, protection. It's just across the board. It gives them more survivability. So that within itself.
On GK, it greatly improves his physical damage as well because it gets it off of strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to look at your characters. It's not uniform across the board. Like I just mentioned that armor tech, the Atom piece, that it's kind of an inferior piece, but it gives 110 intelligence. But you put that on a character like Jawa, Dachka, General Veers, that like they have tactics-based intelligence is tactics. They have tactics-based physical damage, so this is going to increase their damage. These tactics pieces, the intelligence pieces. So every character is different. So you have to go in there and look. Like this piece might not be too good on a character if they get their damage and health from like agility or tactics. This piece is not going to be quite as good for them. But it can increase, like you mentioned, physical damage and also just all around survivability for like tank characters, tank type build characters. That's the same piece. The visor is one that Kenobi takes as well, and Barris. All that's going to increase the armor 60 and also resistance 60. Armor and resistance do the same thing for different types of damage. Armor negates physical damage. Resistance negates special damage. So that's a good piece for that. And that's actually directly countered. That's a direct counter to the bayonet. The 60 armor would just negate the 60 armor penetration the bayonet has, I guess. Yeah, isn't that how it would work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that would just negate that.
It's extra penetration nullifies. Obviously, it's not gonna. Well, obviously, and then a percentage of that's gonna bring down the physical damage as well. All of it.
Did you just say extra penetration?
You know it.
So that's that. Wristband. Wristband is a special damage piece. Let's see if Palpatine takes one of these. This I don't know. We gotta look who takes these.
Palpatine. What?
Yeah, I believe Talzin takes one of these. And that is fucking clutch because all of her damage is special damage. Palpatine and Talzin. Let's see. Yes, Palpatine does have one. If you are going to want to, if you level up Palpatine or Talzin, you are going to definitely want this piece of them because it increases their special damage, and their entire kits are special damage based kits. And then when you hit somebody with shock or plague, it spreads to the next one. So the more special damage you have, the more damage you're going to do overall. These are if you invest and take Palpatine to Gear 12 and Talzin to Gear 12, you're going to want these pieces 100%. These are going to be mandatory. I mean, if you're going to take them to Gear 12, I mean, you have to have these pieces. It's senseless to have them at Gear 12 without them.
The wristbands?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What do they do?
They increase 140 special damage, 70 special critical rating, and then 50% resistance penetration.
It just seems like such a small amount, though. Like, if you can get 140... I guess you can just get 140 offense on a mod, like on a really lovely, good mod.
Tom, you guys just creamed your fucking pants about 120 offense from Bayonet, and this one gives 140.
Oh, okay.
You guys just the Bayonet. This piece is better.
All right, really?
Bayonet. Yeah.
And like on someone like Krennic too, who deals massive damage with all of his
Krennic's on he sure as fuck is. Krennic's on there. Ooh, yeah.
Dude,
Nice.
it's like a Mack truck, dude. It's so hard.
And Thrawn also takes. Is Thrawn's basic special damage or physical?
No,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
his. We were talking about that the other day, isn't his? Let me see. I'll go look.
People in the chat.
People in
Manipulate
the
deals.
chat. Answer the questions we don't know.
Answer it.
But this piece is a very not very many characters take it, but the characters that do take it, they've done a
Special
they did a pretty
damage,
good
target
job.
enemy and inflict defense down for 2 turns for Thrawn.
Yeah, so
It's
if
the
you're all
blue
about his
damage.
capital ship,
For
yes.
Fracture
those
does it too.
commoners among us, including myself, Sir Loki told me the other day, it's the blue damage. It's like, oh, fuck, blue damage.
Yeah, fracture deals special too.
Yeah, so he's you might as well throw one on him as well. It'd be a good investment. He's got the capital ship that everyone's using. Oh, that's a very good piece.
Yeah, I got the wristband on Thrawn. It made a huge difference, especially when I'm running him with the Empire team as leader. I love it.
I'm gonna have to check that out then. But it's cool because it gives the boost to the special damage, and then also it negates 50 resistance penetration. So it basically, I guess technically it's plus 190 special damage. I guess if that's right to say, I don't know. But now looking at that, that's a cool piece. I'm gonna put that on Palpatine.
Yeah, I wish I took notice of what that increased before and after.
Yeah, realistic isn't in the chat. It says I have that one on my Mother Talisman. She has 5,900 special damage. That's nasty. That's fucking gangster. So.
Yeah, my Thrawn is 4,519 special damage, but that's plus 840 off of base. That's a lot of plus.
Yeah, we got the tactical data. That's a piece I totally misunderstood and fucked up. It gives 110 intelligence, 55 resistance. I don't really feel like looking at what characters use that one really. Hold on, I guess that I will now. That I just sound like a thing.
Okay.
So intelligence. I'm assuming.
How does that work?
base-
What the fuck does intelligence?
Intelligence is
influence?
what tactics used to be called in the game. Then one day they randomly decided they just wanted to do a game update and change the word intelligence to tactics. Like they have all the characters have 3 base stats: strength, agility, and tactics, which used to be called intelligence. And so this piece grants 110 intelligence, and
Or tactics.
yeah. And it can do a multitude of things. Every character is different. It's going to increase. I think a lot of times on most characters, at least that I use, it increases special damage and like resistance. But like the Jawas, like I said earlier, Veers, Talia is an example of one. They actually generate. I think Palpatine is one as well. They generate their damage, all of their damage from tactics. Talia, Veers, and that's physical damage they get. All the Jawas, they get their physical damage from tactics. So
Krennic gets his physical damage and his special damage from tactics.
Yeah. So you really have to look at your characters when you evaluate if these pieces are worth it. Like, because if this piece isn't going to do squat really for somebody like Kenobi,
Like the stats button. It's worth your time.
Can we go over some of the pieces that are just absolutely not worth it at all?
That one.
For who? But like, let's just talk about our roster. So the piece with Bear, which is that one? It's the
okay, that's a
little,
perfect
oh, I don't have it
example.
on here. It's that little. Oh no, this Armatech Cybernetics. I think that's the one that increases like crit damage. It's like that's a very, damage based piece for Barriss. No, that's not what she's there for, right? So there are pieces on your tunes that are not worth putting on there at all, and there are ones that are worth putting on there.
Well, but that piece that is not good on Barriss is fucking phenomenal on characters like Talia, Veers. Don't laugh.
Like, I will
Dachka.
never probably put that Mark 12 armor tech on Baze, because it's really only giving him resistance, because he doesn't do special damage.
But that cybernetics piece is interesting because it grants 100 intelligence but also grants physical damage. And there's very rare characters that have physical damage generated off their tactics. So
Yeah,
it's a
I was
great.
saying the tactical data one though.
Yeah, that one's
Tactic resistance one.
I think we need to do a whole fucking stream off of like
But like
those
I'd
three
put it
variables.
I'd put it on Nihilus, and I'd put it on GK, obviously, because GK gets good resistance off of that, and I don't know.
If we had to rate the pieces, top to bottom, that tactical data piece would probably be my least favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
The
What are your
cybernetics
top three?
Top three is going to be the bayonet and it's so situational, but the bayonet and the wristband. We'll do number three because they're the same piece, just different characters. We'll do that number. We'll do those. Okay, armor plating 3, bayonet and wristband 2, multi tool 1. And multi tool is the one that's in the packs. This tool is, the little anal probe looking thing. CLS takes one, R2D2 takes one. Any character that takes one that you've invested in, you want to put on because it's not this piece is probably the only piece that is not like situational. Like it fits on every single character. It gives 40 stats across the board: strength, agility, tactics. It gives physical damage. It gives special damage. It gives health. It gives tenacity and potency and health.
You should have put it on your K2SO first.
Yes.
Don't giggle. Teals has a K2SO at Gear 12.
Yes.
How is he at Gear 12 there, buddy?
He's damn near unkillable.
Is he?
Especially in PvE.
I've always liked him.
I just laugh at territory battles.
I kind of like him, man. Everyone always shits on him, but
everyone shits on him for sure. But
and I like him a lot just for his assist because I can go and take Cassian's crippling shot, and then K2SO goes and blows that quad or quintuple expose and just makes everything disappear right afterward. You don't have to worry about any sort of RNG, making sure you can hit that person with the next turn or it doesn't get cleansed beforehand, etc., etc.
That's beautiful. Like he assists after Cassian puts the expose on. It doesn't matter that he fucking hits like a wet noodle. He blows the expose. That's what you're saying, right?
All the exposes. And half the time, if you've used your Cassian before, after you've thrown out your bravado. What am I talking about? I got confused. His little detonators, the shock grenades. You're always going to end up lining up anywhere from 3 to 5 exposes. So it's huge damage.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain on Rogue One day.
Yeah, he's got a Gear 12 Rogue One team.
I have the characters. I just kind of threw them together. Just straight up copied like somebody else from the guild's mods, and I guess I don't understand them. I just copied his.
What do you think of the Republic? What do you think of the Republic's half Rey, half Rogue One section? Teals?
It was okay. I liked how they those that didn't run K2SO ran the old Ben. It was smart because you can definitely do some manipulation around it. It was cool. It wasn't a bad wall. It definitely threw some curveballs, and they definitely took out some of the squads we didn't want to lose.
I feel like any team that goes up against us, even if we lose to them, we'll fuck them because we'll tell all of their strategy on our stream.
So guys, this is what Team Republic Naboo does.
Play by play. So anyway, they had a half Rey, half Jyn Erso leads region, and then their CLS was hidden behind. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. can I go on a little tangent? Are we done with Gear 12?
Well, we yes.
I
Fuck
feel
it.
like
Yeah. We've been talking about this way too long. I got so much. I could do a whole fucking hour and a half.
I think that we
breaking
have
it
to do
down.
a special hour and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
half. I think we
yeah.
have to do like an edited video on this.
Sorry, guys. I rambled on for just
But
excessively
your
about
three
that.
top, like for your tunes, what are the 3 Gear 12 pieces you are most excited to put on your tunes?
If I see that they take, God, for about 5 characters in the entire game. If I see that they take a cybernetics, I get an erection. But other than that, the armor plating would be third.
The tactic damage crit chance. Yeah.
Yeah, the wristband / bayonet,
Huh.
for number 2, and then multi-tool number 1. Every character you have at Gear 12, you've taken them that far. If they take a multi-tool, put the bitch on them because it's an awesome piece. I mean, it's awesome.
I didn't know. I would thought that it was an obvious bayonet, med pack, armor plating. I thought that was going to be the clear winner. I'm surprised about the multi-tool and the wristband. I didn't know about those. There's a lot of complicated little mathy pieces in here. I'd like to tease all of those out one day soon.
Well, it's a lot like the tank gear. Like the tank gear, like that furnace. Not many characters take it, but the characters that do take it, it's a special damage piece. So it was very helpful for Palpatine. Like it's
the
a
Mark
fantastic...
6 furnace.
Say again.
The Mark 6 furnace.
Yeah. Like, not many characters take it, and there's a couple characters that take it, and it really serves them no purpose whatsoever. But, I mean, it's a very valuable piece on a handful of characters. Like, there's, like, special damage-oriented characters are few and far between. So, I think we've named Talzin, Krennic, Palpatine. There's very, very few. Asajj, she doesn't take any of those pieces, but her AoE is special damage. A lot of the AoE is special damage. I think Veers might have special damage on his AoE. I'm not 100%. But yeah. But yeah, we can go in more in depth if people really want to know about that stuff.
Or
later.
ask in the server. If you're wondering if you should put a particular gear piece on one tune or another, just ask in questions. That's what it's for. That's why it's called questions.
Yeah, this is they're having an interesting discussion about adding Gear 12 pieces on it at Gear 12. Have you guys seen any speeds, like the speed on your ships increasing from these pieces? I haven't seen it.
Adding
yes.
pieces. The 3 I've added pieces to don't have ships, so
absolutely. So I was Thane Kyrell, we did a little experiment this week where he invested in a bunch of Gear 12 for his ship's tunes, and it was wonderfully successful. I have a shard. There's one squad that has almost all Gear 12 on their leading ships, and they go before me. Absolutely. Like, there's no RNG about it. Their TIE Fighter pilot, First Order TIE pilot are going before mine. Their Vader's going before mine. Like, it's 100% every single time. And they hit... I want to venture a guess to say they hit almost twice as hard. I took a video last week, and it's insane, like, how much better they are at Gear 12 than Gear 11. So the ones that I'm facing are Vader...
Yeah, when I put First Order TIE pilot...
Okay, we got a frozen stream.
Oh, we do? How do we know I have a frozen screen?
We're back. We're good. Come watching it.
Dick's balls. What?
Yeah, when I put First Order TIE pilot to 12, if I got an offense up and hit strafe, I'm like hitting anywhere from like 85 to 95k. It's nasty.
And you have a Gear 12 First Order TIE pilot?
Yeah.
I knew it increased the
it's
base
something
stat.
that I'm working on. Only if I can't make first anymore. Like, that's, for me, there's a certain way to plan, and maybe we can talk a little bit about planning for our guilds now, but if, like, whenever anyone says, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I put a Zeta on this? Should I put a Zeta on that? The game's a little bit more complicated right now with light side territory battles and dark side and territory wars. Before it was just raids. We could do the raids, so fuck putting stuff on your characters to do well in raids, because we can do them as a guild. It's fine. But now that we have these new modes, it's a little different. But how I've always looked at adding special little tweaks to your roster is, can you get first in arena? If you can't get first in arena, then you need to be doing something to get first in arena. And if that particular Zeta isn't going to get you first, then don't worry about it. Because really, a first every single day in arena is pretty much the same as doing a raid every day with as much crystals as you get. That's kind of bullshit. Like, I just kind of said that. Like, I think that's almost true, right? You have 500 crystals for a first place finish. You get, what is it, 350 for ships? So,
400.
you know.
You must not get first in ships.
Pardon?
I said you must not get first in ships.
I do get first in ships. I just can't remember how much it is because I'm so used to getting first.
Yeah, it's been like 5 hours, right?
I probably didn't get it today. I didn't pay any attention. Let's go see. Oh, I want to do these battles and ships.
Yeah, I was trading first and second with Kong for a while, and then he like got busy, so I've been able to get first for like a month straight. It's been awesome.
Ooh.
Ships do not appeal to me at all. I cannot get into the ships. I do it.
It's because you're on like a non-competitive shard.
No, it's not even that. It's just so fucking boring to me. It's the same goddamn team over and over and over. Oh, that one team might have a TIE Reaper. So like, oh, this team's different. It's like, it's just, at least on my shard. I would say, God, 100% of the top 20 of my shard use 5 out of, like, there's 8 ships. They all have in their starting 5. And I would say 90% probably have, Darth Maul's ship coming off the bench first. It's like, ugh. Just,
My shard continuously changes their arena team to beat mine as I upgrade it. So I get variety because they keep trying to find something that works or they can beat me with.
Huh.
See, that would be fun. I think I would enjoy that more because I will say my arena shard, it comes and goes, but right now it's got a whole mixed bag of shit, so it's kind of fun to play. Everyone's got different mods. They might have the same team, but it's modded completely differently, so it's kind of fun. I'm having fun in arena right now. Just the ships, it's just, ugh.
Arena was pretty monotonous 3 weeks ago, even. Right, like the teams that we have in my arena right now, I think I find it fascinating how different arenas are. My buddy Fantasy has almost all Tals and leads up at the top, and his Ray leads are like kind of like 20 and below, whereas mine is very, very mixed. It's a younger shard. What are your guys' shards like right now?
Jedi training Ray.
Top 20 Jedi Ray with one Rex, 2 Rex, 2 CLS.
Yeah. I tell you what, Rex is good. Like, I got a Rex guy on my shard. He counters Ray. Like a guy on my arena shard. We were doing this last week. We were gonna do it. He sent me a video. I couldn't get it posted in time. But his Rex team was just beating the shit out of Ray. Like, it just pounded that ass.
Excuse me.
My shard. Fantastic Rex team. It's your standard Rex. What do I got? Rex, Nihilus, GK, R2, and Raidhan. And he tears me up. But I win usually, but he puts up a darn good fight. I mean, my only struggles are against similar raid teams that have more speed than me, and I just gotta back up or swap out a character. Like guy in Lemur, Team Instinct, everybody on this team is at least 15 speed faster, if not more than me.
Oh, shit.
It's tough.
Nothing. No, my bad. I thought I was muted. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
It's very
My
fucking
bad.
professional of you.
Sorry, dude. Get carry on.
So yeah, a faster team that's got the old Ben GK combo. It's like, okay, well, I got to throw Raid Han into the mix and switch up my team to beat it. Which I think that's his whole intent. If you got to change your team to beat me, he's doing it right.
Let's see what other slides I've created since I can't remember what we're supposed to talk tonight anymore. Hey, GoodOl'Maurice, I don't have a slide to talk about your raid comp. Let's talk about your raid comp.
Okay. Well, first of all, like, it's not my raid comp. It is. It's the raid comp we've been talking about. But I simply took out Han and put in my farm boy Luke, and it's something else.
Tell us the whole story. Tell us the story of Farm Boy
How's that
Luke.
building up? I want to know.
Farm boy Luke is a Zeta. It was an oopsie Zeta. It was totally an oopsie Zeta. I totally misunderstood how it worked when I put it on. I put it on thinking that it would carry over in light side territory battles in between the phases, and it most definitely does not. Nor does it carry over in between phases of the tank raid. But he's not. He is better than a Zeta Han for the raid. But if you already have Zeta Han, there's absolutely no reason to Zeta Farm Boy Luke, because it's only going to increase your damage maybe 2 to 4 million. And I don't personally feel when we're talking but we're talking 30 million plus scores. Like, I don't feel like if you can get 31 million with Han, I don't feel investing an additional Zeta is worth getting 34 million. That's
go through the team.
Opinion.
What's your team? Who's the lead? Who's the support?
Akbar BB-8. Akbar is the lead. Use Akbar lead because, I mean, he grants an assist anytime somebody does not do a basic attack or an attack.
No. Yeah.
And so then you use BB-8, and BB-8 is constantly going to be doing the secret intel move, which calls in any rebel to assist. And the rebels are CLS to remove turn meter, and then also Farm Boy Luke. And why Farm Boy Luke is
the marksman combo. He's getting an insane turn meter.
Yeah, that's exactly why he's better than Han, is because he gets called in for an assist, and when he uses his basic attack, if he crits, he gives himself 40% turn meter. So, I mean, there's been instances where if I can get the tactical genius to like CLS, like there's times where I'll pop BB-8, CLS will go, and then I can do a special move, then I can do my basic, and he's got 40% turn meter to go again. He goes so often, and what his Zeta does is it gives 10% stacking crit damage whenever he goes. So all these assists he's getting called in on, he's just going and going and going. And towards the end, towards the end of P3 with the B2, I mean, I'm sitting here sticking him with my basic for 115k.
Have you said the actual team yet? So Admiral Akbar, BB-8, Ventress.
It's the same team we've been talking about for a month and a half. It's just sub in Luke for Raid Han.
Okay.
Yeah, Luke, both Lukes, Akbar lead, BB-8, and Thrawn. Eventually, it's going to be Hermit Yoda for Thrawn, because that's going to be way better. But I still need about, I think, 90, 96 maybe shards towards 7-star Yoda. And then we're talking. Let me start over. I'm going for 40 million with that team.
What'd you get this time?
I think it's feasible. Oh, I went in. I got 32 million with that team, but I caught P2 at about 31%, and I cleared P2, and I still had 7 turns left until Enrage.
Yeah, you got another 20% room easy.
Yeah, so. And that doesn't include all the stacking damage I would be getting from Farm Boy. I mean, because come the third, maybe after the second or third topple, I mean, you're just basic attacking the turrets in one shot with Farm Boy.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's the same as Saj.
Don't make me raid him, damn it! Don't make me do it.
Don't. That's what I was trying to say. If you have Raid Han, use him. If you have Asajj, use her. I mean, he is slightly better than both, but I don't. I feel like if you have,
He is ever so slightly better.
fuck you. You asked me about it, damn.
No, I'm just teasing. It's like he's ever so slightly better. It's
I don't want somebody to listen to this and then have like both Asajj and Raid Han Zeta.
no,
And they
it's
go out
either
and
or.
burn
Like
another-
it's those three, right? It's Han, Ventress, or Farm Boy. Like it's one of those three, and they need to be. Does Ventress need to be Zetaed?
Yes, it definitely helps.
I can't remember about her unique Zeta or not.
It helps for P3, because P3 can be different. That's the thing. P3 is much simpler with Raid Han, because he removes the turn meter. The only character you have is CLS to remove the turn meter on P3, so you have to be very careful. The I think I got down to about 3 turns until in Rage. I was cutting it close the last turn, but with Raid Han, it's never an issue. I run both teams.
My auto team.
Yeah, you can auto P3. Yeah, like you get it going, you get the flow going.
Yeah.
Well, it's old
Bimasu
content.
would like to know. So he says, "Okay, I'm Zeta-ing Farm Boy now, right?"
No, god damn it, Bimasu. I don't know. Bimasu's got, I don't know. He's sitting on about, I don't know, 16, 17 Zetas. So, I mean, if you don't have Raid Han.
And when we say 16, 17 Zetas, we mean he has like 200, 300 Zeta, like actual Zeta mats that he's just
He
sitting
hasn't
on
Zetaed anything
because
yet.
he has some
He's just been
fucking.
farming.
He has some self-control that is just not within my wheelhouse. It's
Well,
Bimasu is
beyond
actually
me.
not Zetaed a character before. He's just looking at him, waiting for the day.
But he
okay, well,
has,
time out. I'm
like,
going to call
you
him
go
out.
there,
I'm going to call him out. He lives in Hawaii. We do our we do our tank raids at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday mornings. I find it hard to believe that Bimasu is going to Zeta anything for the tank raid when it comes on at like 5, 6 a.m. his time.
I really want to be Mossy to come
Yeah,
on.
that sounds great.
What's that?
That's 7 a.m. my time. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Compared to arena payout raid time.
He said, "I do not."
Should we talk a little bit about one of the
Now,
things?
B-Moss is getting on the Nightsister train. He's slowly hopping on. He's been interrogating me. I think he's starting to splurge a little bit. Got Grimblade buying the hype. He's on my shard. He's a guildmate of mine. I just looked at our arena shard. He's put in his brand new Talzin team. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I got a couple
And
of those right now.
He's got the Gear 12 unmasked now.
We've got a couple of them.
In arena?
One guy in the guild really likes him. Yeah. We got a guy named Jen Ricky. He's really digging the First Order under Kylo Ren. I'll get him. I'm gonna wait for him to be farmable.
Yeah, well, more farmable than the 80 crystal per shard price. Yeah.
Yeah, there goes B-Boss. I spent 5 of the Zetas on them, dude. I guess he's talking about the Nightsisters. He's all in. We sold B-Moss on the Nightsisters.
Working up my trooper right now.
Jason Solo says, not advocating for me to come on, but RSG had me on the Skype call last week, and I behaved myself. I'm way too drunk for that now. Well, so are we. Or at least I am.
Just you.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I'll be quiet now. Carry on.
Oh, to answer your thought earlier, Veer's, his AoE is special damage.
Yeah, he gets kind of hooked up. And it was kind of fun looking into these pieces and who actually gets them. And Veers gets hooked up with those pieces of Gear 12,
And
like a real unique.
He runs tactics for all his damage.
Yeah, it's pretty unique kit he has. See Money still here? I think we lost T Money.
He might have disappeared. I didn't hear a thump.
Yeah, she didn't trip.
Yeah. I'm excited to get Stark up though. You get him super fast. Holy crap! His support and he gives us pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to learn about Stark, man. Like his kit looks cool. I guess I just really need to get him in there, and I need to see how much damage he can do. Because if he does like Magna Trooper damage, that's really going to turn me off. Like, does he do decent damage?
I haven't got him up too high yet, but I mean, his damage is he's pretty much kind of got a control basic. His AoE is mainly for that dispel and give cooldown chance and stagger. His scanner wavelengths is awesome because you throw the Omega on, you get critical chance and damage up for 3 turns. And then he gets turn meter back for every Empire ally and each rebel enemy. It's like, holy crap. He's fast, too. I mean, I have just basic mods and he's already at 210. Year 7.
Yeah, a lot of the guys really been selling me on these Imperial Troopers, and yeah, and Grim actually just typed in with Veer Zeta's damage is nice. He's one of the ones. Like, I'm tempted to kind of go all in and give him a few Zetas. You know, I mean, Veers is getting my next one, and I'll have that after this TW.
Yeah.
Tempted to kind of throw one on that Imperial Probe Droid and the Starks and just kind of roll with it and see what happens. Like, it's because
I'm not sold on Stark's Intelligence Zeta yet, but Veers for sure I want to go with.
Yeah, Veers is I'm gonna do it. I didn't want to do it. I think I questioned everybody in Discord about it. Like, should I say the Veers or? And everyone always said Veers, so I'm just gonna follow their advice. We'll see. I think I'll be happy with it.
If you run Stark in a full trooper squad and they're all on live, that's minus 20% turn meter to all the enemies at the end of his turn each time. Kind of cool, and he gets crap load of protection back. Kind of cool.
Huh. Well, Grim just broke it down for us. Easiest answer is Stark Zeta gives all Imperial troopers a free second bayonet. That's pretty cool. When you break it, like, if that's accurate, that might have just sold me on that, because that's pretty gangster.
Wait,
I like that. I'm gonna put one on. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's got an Omega that gives epic critical chance and critical damage.
Oh, okay, that might be it. That might be what he's talking about then.
Yeah, the scanner wavelengths is just that Omega alone is broken. It's beautiful. Empire allies gain critical chance up and critical damage up for 3 turns. Start gains 5% turn meter for each Empire ally and each rebel enemy. So if you got a full team, both sides, you're getting, like, especially in a territory battle, you're getting 50% turn meter, 55% turn meter. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. Bad. So you can pretty much have critical chance and critical damage up the whole time.
What am I fixing?
Nothing. You're fucking disappearing act for the last 15 minutes. Me and Teal's been sitting here chit-chatting without you interrupting. It's been weird.
I just have more bourbon, and now I also have turkey.
Okay, true or false? You're taking the turkey, rolling it up, dipping it in the bourbon, then eating it.
That's a false. That's a
bullshit.
That's a
lie
false.
to me, T-Money.
Should I do that? I don't know. Is that North Kakalaki
absolutely.
thing?
Well, I live in South Kakalaki,
So,
but yes, they do that in North Carolina.
do you get offended when people mix up North and South Kakalaki?
No, I get more offended when people call it Kakalaki.
You fucking call it that. You shut your face.
No, you will never hear me call it. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna be like South Kakalaki, bruh. Like, that's ridiculous.
No, that's totally. What are you talking about?
I'm a grown man.
No, you're not a fucking.
I
grown
live
man.
in the
You
upstate
play-
of South
you play-
Carolina.
You play a game with stormtroopers on your phone. You're not a grown man.
No, not stormtroopers. There's only one stormtrooper.
I'm muting you.
You're murdering me? Longest pee in the history of streaming. Bimasu, that's called a shit. Long. T-Man, did you just drop a deuce?
No.
Hold on, guys. I gotta take a dump. I'll be right back.
Massive deposit. Uses the excuse. I made a turkey sandwich.
Gross. How's that
Jason,
turkey? How's the bourbon turkey?
It's fucking great. You know what I like? I like cranberry sauce. It's like an excuse to put jam on your food. Bam! Jason Solo, you're obsessed to get 18 more people to join. 18 people is not a lot. Go and get them and bring them here. That's what you need to do. Maurice, you getting a blowjob with that dump? Yeah. What was that?
33 people watching right now, and we only have 11 likes. Please like our stream.
Please. And
Thank
subscribe if you haven't. Oh, man.
Please.
Bimasu, you're getting a spanking. So, GoodOl'Maurice is kind of a gentleman, generally speaking. And in our chat today, I have to bring this really down to earth and real. He was talking about getting a blowjob while taking a dump. Like, that was really fucking random,
I didn't
dude.
open the conversation with that.
No, you pretty much did.
No, somebody said, I think it was Sith Lord. He's like, nothing like taking a shit after a long day of work. And I said, getting a blowjob while taking a shit trumps that. And I felt dirty for typing it. I just could not bring myself to delete it. Like, that's one of those things that you type in Discord and you like instantly want to delete it, but you're like, we're just gonna let it ride.
Can you,
let it ride.
With all of the respect you have for me, can you just be honest and say whether you've actually had a blowjob while you've taken a shit?
Not
Could
gonna happen.
you rephrase the question?
I think it's a pretty clear question.
No, I need you to rephrase that question to where I don't sound like such a dirty motherfucker if I say yes.
Have you ever received a blumpkin?
No.
What? What did you say, Tails?
It's a blumpkin.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, see it, Paul. Paul knows exactly what it is.
Blumpkin,
You know
that's
what
a
blumpkin
dream.
is?
Really? Fuck, I don't know. Whatever, I guess I'm in. Like, really, if someone has, like, some fucking crazy serious fantasy, like, just fucking do it. Like, just
Okay,
fucking...
no, let me
Just
flip
do
the
it.
tables. Have you ever received oral sex while taking a dump?
No! No. That is nothing I've ever
too close
thought
to
about.
comfort.
I've never... So many things have crossed my mind, GoodOl'Maurice, that has
At least dudes
never
have a
crossed my mind.
dam in between the two.
What's that?
Dudes have a built-in dam between the two.
Yeah, that's a
Don't
good
have
point. Like, I
Too close
guess.
to
And we
comfort.
shit quick, right?
Disgusting.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, is she going to shit? Ha ha ha. No, like I go and I like take shit and I come back. I don't use it as an excuse to play a game on my phone, or I don't know what the fuck you guys doing in there. Like, it's like you shit for a half an hour for it. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. You go and you do that and you come back.
Only
That's
at
it.
work when I'm getting paid to do it.
Exactly. If you're getting paid to shit, I can understand that.
Fine, that's probably not. I'm just thinking, what would a female blumpkin be called? And if you were giving a female blumpkin, would you not be like get like shit all over your chin?
No. Have you had the opportunity to be with a woman before, sweetheart?
Yeah, but no, Teals makes a very good point in that there's not like I don't know, there's not much space to work with
Maybe,
down there. So
maybe.
it'd be like
Maybe.
Be like a messy situation, I guess.
It would definitely be, there would definitely be more risk with
I
a
really
female
wish I would have
Blumpkin than a male
kept
one.
those thoughts to myself now, because I just realized we're like live
I mean, you
streaming
could you could even make like a shield with a seat with it.
What's that?
Darth Hideous, a female Blumpkin, a shit mouth.
Shit move. Yeah. Yeah, under chin. Nasty, nasty. So, the 32 folks that have stayed with us, this is why you do, right? Because we start embarrassing ourselves as human beings.
The Alabama Klondike bar.
What? Alabama Klondike bar. Stay above the waterfall.
I haven't seen in the stream in the last week or two. Where's Sanely been?
I
He's
know.
like,
He said some
been-
intense shit about like lobbying the government for like political donations during campaigns, and that's kind of the last we heard of him. I think he's like doing real shit.
A clamkin. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm getting that. Ooh, I gotta breathe. I'll be back.
did he stop breathing for a minute? I don't know.
No, I'm just way too giggly about some disgusting like thing. Like, I don't know. I feel bad about myself right now.
Sure, sure.
Oh, here's Stanley Red right here. He's
There
like,
he
yep.
is.
He's here.
He's like, yep.
Just freaking chilling.
I hear you bitches talking about me. What you want?
Like, you better, I'm here. What do you want? Classy.
What?
I know he's around because
Grim.
he's a Patreon of Arnold with me. So I see him.
Darth Hideous. So about
See
that
him
Star
around.
Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Nah, bro. It's nonsense time.
No, let's see if we have
So,
one more thing to talk about. Game name of the week. We did that.
Phase,
Vagina
yeah.
face. Cunty McCunt.
What?
We gotta catch you up, Tealsy. That's our game name of the week is Vagina Face and Cunty McCunt Face. Oh, here's
Oh,
one.
hi.
This is a complete.
We didn't have any
fucking
weather
tangent
though,
that
man.
doesn't
You're a
really-
weatherman.
Yeah, you get. I can't put a GIF on here. I don't know how to do that. Can I?
There's
You guys can't see
a
this.
massive swell
Oh.
coming from the high pressure swell
Mm,
from the low end.
yeah.
Oh, we're taking it to the gear pigs? You're just gonna like spring this on me randomly, huh?
I made this and it's completely tangential. It doesn't really like fit into anything else other than it's a thought that I had that I've, I'm sure everybody has had, but I put it into a little visual. How many tunes it actually takes to get these two little meta tunes that we know and love and value so much. Right? So at the very top of CLS on the left at the top, you need 5 rebels. I couldn't find a good one of Biggs because he's quite obscure apart from our game, apparently. You need 5 of those to get Emperor Palpatine. You need 5 Empire characters to get R2. And then you need those very specific characters to get CLS. So CLS is actually 13 tunes in one, and it's not just the
CLS need that many blue balls though? Because I don't remember having to need that many blue balls for CLS.
I don't know if I've calculated the blue balls. We can do that. That would be fucking hilarious. But
although the farm for blue balls, thank God, is becoming easy with the new shops.
Everyone in my guild just gives me blue balls freely, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't know if you get that same benefit, Teals, but I certainly do. The boys love to give me. Anyway, so if you're looking at
Do
this,
you really? Time out, time out. Do you really
Something
give
about the
somebody
beard?
blue balls?
yeah,
Like, like as a present? Like that's
yeah,
like you can't like it's not accurate to say the boys love to give me the blue balls.
yeah.
I mean, you could say, yeah, I mean, you could do your Valley Girl voice if you want to, but that doesn't make it correct. That's not like a good
I
argument.
have to say
It's
more than
fine.
once, and actually more than just the Wolfpack Guild, I have said, "Hey boys, I need the blue balls. Hand them over," and they come
It's
through.
literally been the guild message at least 10 times.
Yeah, but like you really need to quit asking for those and start farming those on the node with the MK6 droid collars because you're gonna need thousands
Yep.
of those. So
For
you
what?
might as well go get started for everything.
For what?
Those MK6 droid collars? It's the only node to get
MK6
those,
droid
and
collars.
they
Oh,
have
yeah, yeah,
blue
yeah.
balls on them.
Yeah.
Like you really like. I know it's convenient to ask for them because you're in a hurry to farm something,
I
but
don't ask
like
for those.
you shouldn't. You shouldn't because you should be farming those from that 10 energy node with the MK6 droid collars because you
Let's-
need both of those pieces.
Let's do our next stream. Teals, what was the one that I posited to you? Oh yeah, Teals is fucking awesome on offense. Like he's fucking badass on offense. So I think we need to like take some videos of us on offense and just talk about how to take down a variety of different teams. One, and then two, what were you just talking about, GoodOl'Maurice?
I think I was talking about like Jason Solo actually brought up a good point. He was
Blue
like,
balls.
I hate to. No, fuck blue balls. I was trying to change the subject. But no, but you need to farm your blue
the
balls
key
from that
nodes to
node.
farm. Remember, we're talking about
Yeah,
like
yeah.
warriors, always talking about like key hard nodes. Like there are some key nodes to farm that are like win-wins.
Okay, we did advertise. We were going to talk about strategies for guilds moving forward, and a couple guys in the chat asked for that.
Okay.
Do you want to cover that, or do you
I
want to save that for
do.
next week?
I do, but I want to cover it. This is what I want to do. I want to
Sober?
talk about.
Prepared.
I want to talk about how there are incredibly different approaches, and I think Zai and I don't know, like Wolfpack is kind of we're finding our way right now with regards to how we want to be Teals, I think, but like historically we've been very prescriptive. Like I've written like long verbose things and like really tried to like support people, but also like tell people what to do well ahead of time.
We're still trying to find that groove where people just roll and do it. Right now, they're still like, oh my god, what do I do? We're growing so fast. We're getting to levels that they weren't even had any idea how to do. Where other guilds had sort of been in that point for a while. Yeah.
And then
Like right now, it's killing
Zai,
me to get
because
another 15 people to get their damn attacks in. It's like,
because we're young, right? Like we're young, we're figuring stuff out, and Zai is very, very established. So Zai has a very different way of approaching things than Wolfpack does. To Zai's like, 30 words in a document, we have 300 or like 1,500. It's quite different. So I don't know.
Well, B.
better or for
Masu
worse.
can attest to this that I am not short-winded at all in the Discord server. I am notorious for just typing massive paragraphs in the Discord server, and then like guys just being assholes and being like TL DR like too long didn't read. Like god damn it, Like I try to keep it concise in the documents. I really do, and yeah.
So talk about what do you have your farming? We're still developing it because
I got it open right here.
I'm just
I got
like
it
I
open
feel like just now, me personally, I've just now landed on this is possible for territory wars and just trying to like reconcile territory wars, territory battles. It's a very complicated time for leadership to kind of suggest to people what they should be doing. But a lot of people want that. Like people are asking, what defensive teams do I put on? Just fucking tell me and I'll do it, sort of thing. So there's a, like, I think people are wanting this information, but it's, for the first time for me, it's difficult to give it. Typically, like with HAAT, with everything that's come up, even with Hoth, like with the Hoth twins and Veers, we were telling people back in like March and April of 2017 to farm these guys. Like, don't leave them. We know it's going to be Hoth. It's very obvious. But right now it's like, oh shit, like there's so much to farm, where to focus.
Well, there's and the thing is, like, if you want to make a list, what we've done in Xi is we made a priority farm list, right? But it's 14 things long. So I mean, you have to, like, if somebody new to the guild, like we've had a few newer guys, and I've showed them this list, but I've been, I've stressed that, hey, this is very long term. Don't freak the fuck out. You don't have to have all this stuff in a month. Like, as a guild leader and officers, you guys need to huddle up and decide what really is important and what your guild is going to do. And we've prioritized the Light Sword territory. We're so close. We are a more established veteran guild, like you said. So we're very, very close to just having light side territory battles on farm, just waiting for the character GP. So our first priority, the 1 through 5 on our list, actually, the first one is we have a few guys without CLS, so everything needed to obtain CLS and Chimera. Hopefully we'll be able to delete that one here in 5 days. So that one's done as a guild. Then the next one is all 5 Hoth characters. That's CLS, Han, Rolo, and the brothers. High enough to complete all special missions. And the third, we kind of slipped it in here, for TW, is just meta arena characters for crystals and TW. And then, I got, like, in paragraphs, GK, R2, Xeris, Raid Han, Thrawn, Nihilus, the new Ray, CLS, etc. Number 4 is Phoenix, and I put in get your 6 of 6, but keep them on the radar as they're great for TW. And then our 5th is Rogue One. So that covers everything for the light side territory battles. That's our top priority. So, get those done. Number 6 in bold is mods. Like, we put this list together, just once you finish, like, you have to have mods. Like, it doesn't matter, because, every guild is facing, there's at least 2 to 5 to 10, hell, half the guild, hell, is on the verge of being burnt out, right? so, I don't know.
What do you mean by that? Like, that's a big jump between your farm list and people are being burnt out.
No. I know. I'm trying to put it into word. I'm drunk as shit now, but, like, you don't want people that are on the verge of being burnt out spending hours and hours and hours a week remodding from light side territory battles to TW, back to TW to dark side. Like, you just want them to have mods. Like, you want.
If I had to remod, I would have quit a while ago.
Oh, fuck yes. I don't care if I have shitty mods on a comp. The comp works with shitty mod. Like, they're just the team flows. It's just way slower than it probably should be.
I'll build my team and figure out how it works with what I have.
Yeah.
And upgrade over time, then have to tear apart my arena team or tear apart my resistance team or tear apart my clones just to get a couple of the mods switched over. It's like, no.
And we both of our guilds are fortunate enough to be in the position we could probably do that. I don't know how I would drive. I don't know how I would do this in a newer guild. Like, because you probably have an arena set of mods, and that's probably about it. Just having to swap around. The TW makes it where you can't swap them. You got to set them. Like, you need mod depth, lots and lots of depth. You need 5-dot mods across the board.
Well, you don't. I don't think you need 5-dot across the board. I think
you do.
That
no, long term, yes, you do.
Long term, you do. You don't want to bring up. There's certain mods that you don't want to bring up. For instance, you don't want to bring up any arrows that aren't 5-dot. I brought up lots that were 4-dot. You don't want to, like when I was starting out. You don't want to. You just want to put those credits into the 5-dot mods. But I think it's legitimate with territory wars as they are, if you have a mod that's 3 or 4 dot, that's a cross, that's a diamond, that's gonna roll some nice speed for you, that's absolutely legitimate to try and see what the speed rolls on it and to bring it up all the way,
10 to
because it's a third of the
14
price.
speed. And I have some 10 to 14 speed 3 and 4 dot mods that they pop around on my B and C squads because damn it, what's it gonna do? It's gonna make them faster and it's still gonna make it better.
10 is the absolute lowest that I will keep a 3 dot mod.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch you being a little whaley, but yeah, it's true. For me too. For me too. Like I have some 6 and 8, and I don't use them. They're sitting there doing nothing.
It sounds absurd, but everyone that listens to this at some point or another, they're going to get to a point where they're going to delete those mods. And like you get 5 dot mods, and the only white mods you should be keeping whatsoever. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, delete them all except speed arrows and crit damage triangles. You don't need anything else. Any other clear mod, delete them. I don't care if it completes a set. It doesn't matter. Long term, that's going to be
part the potency cross, but that's
not. Okay.
I agree. Okay. Potency cross and triangles that are crit damage.
Yep.
Crit damage.
Potency crosses. That's you're right. Yes, that is also a good one to keep.
I don't have them all raised, but I just have them just in case there's something that like some team that comes up all of a sudden that you're like, ooh, I need like 5 potency crosses. Then off you go, right?
Like even if you're just starting out farming mods, like delete the 5 dot white ones. Like we're thinking long term.
No, not speed though.
Yes, absolutely. No, speed arrows, crit damage triangles.
Never delete sell.
Yeah. Well, yes. I'm sorry. You're correct. Sell them. Like I know they look appealing because they complete your set, or it's like, oh, I finally got this. Fuck it, delete it. You do not need it. Over time, you're going to be farming mods. You're going to be getting them from the assault battles.
Yeah.
You're going to be getting mods and mods and mods, and over time, those mods are just going to be pushed aside and put on just garbage characters or just leftovers.
I agree, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It is going to hurt you to begin with, but in the long term, because the credit crunch is the crunch that everybody feels, and that's the crunch for mods. You can get lots of beautiful mods, but it's the credits that you're going to need. Like every 5 dot mod is 500,000 credits. Like it's a lot. And so you need to not bring up the white mods, the green mods, even the blue mods. Like you really want to make the mods special that you bring up, but you have to be spending so much cantina energy every day. Right?
Save the blue mods until you get to. It sounds ridiculous if you're a newer player. You are going to get to the point in the game where you can't hold any more mods in your inventory.
Except if there's speed.
Well, no, let's just say you cap out on mods and it sends them to your inbox. Like you can only have X amount of mods in your inventory, not on characters.
I think it's like 1,000 or something. Like
that.
Yeah,
it's a lot, but you are going to get there eventually. Keep the blue mods. You don't level them up, but there might be an instance. You get some character and he fits perfectly in a squad. He needs this. You keep them until you get to the point where you need to delete them. And then you can start getting rid of some of those blue mods. But the only green mods you really need to keep are ones with speed secondaries.
3 or speed secondary, yeah.
Offense secondaries are good for beginning because those are always going to come in handy. In the situational, like potency, like you guys mentioned, like potency cross. This is
no. I can just pause. Let's just take a little aside. Jay Swizzy Swall, who's like, welcome, Jay Swizzy. I don't know, like you guys found us today. Jay Swizzy's like, what's the accent guy's name? We're like, Maurice, good old Maurice. He's like, I feel like he might be super ripped.
Super ripped like drunk? Am I rambling on that bad? My bad. Or like super ripped like swole.
And then Grim's like, he's awesome. Pay attention to what he says. He knows his shit. I fucking agree. GoodOl'Maurice.
Well, it sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds like.
No, it doesn't. No, it's had nothing to do with what you're saying. It's just fucking hilarious. I want to make fun of you. Mods, absolutely. Green mods, white mods, they're gone. They're fucking gone. And you know what? The green mods, you just roll them to 3. That's all you need to do. You roll them to 3. If they've got a 5 speed on them, you roll them to 3. If they don't go, like, well, they will go, right? If they go to like 8 or 9, you know, if it's a diamond, fuck it. Like, don't raise them up all the way. But they can go to 12 from 5, right?
Okay,
so
okay.
You hold on to them.
Green mods, instead of saying what to keep, I'll tell you what you need to instantly delete. They're garbage. Is anything with a % sign on it on a green mod.
Really?
No, let me rephrase. Health percentage, defense percentage, offense percentage, protection percentage. Get rid of it. It's no good right now in the state of the game. If that's the stat that rolls on your green mod, unless it's one of those things we talked about, like a crit damage triangle, a potency cross, or a speed arrow, just go ahead and get rid of it. It's not going to do you much good in the very long term of the game, especially if you're free to play. You know, if you're free to play, you have to really manage your resources. You don't have credits just to be pissing away 480 something thousand just to level up a mod.
But you also don't have Cantina credits to piss away.
No, yes,
stop,
but
all
you
of
have to go long term.
Can we all just drink the rest of our drink? Are you even drinking, GoodOl'Maurice?
I'm shit-faced. I'm killed. Let's see. This bottle of bourbon's gone. I'm already on the second bottle of bourbon.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm shit-faced.
Okay,
Somebody just called me out in the chat. You told me.
I thought they were just accusing you of being high.
No, he's talking about a 6-pack rip.
Yeah, maybe like
Okay.
Jay Swizzy Swole. Maybe
Ready?
like
Shot
a decade ago.
for the 3 of us. Teals. Let's to Boba Teals. How old is she today?
27.
Oh,
Or
27.
17.
Fuck. Cheers to that beautiful woman.
Hell
Cheers. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of alcohol. Kid ski.
I'm sure I'm
We have a
screaming to keep all my
question.
neighbors up.
I'm sure we have more questions, or maybe we don't. I have both vets at 5-star, but they're only important for one thing pretty much. Should I finish them off or finish off my Death Trooper? He's at 5-star also.
Get
I
your
know my
Death
answer to
Trooper
that.
going right now.
What's that,
Jedi
Tiff?
Ray ain't coming back. Jedi training Ray ain't coming back for 3 months minimum. Get that trooper up. Get it ready for all the awesome comps you can do. There's at least 3 or 4 awesome Empire Trooper comps you can run. Nope, no questions asked.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Death Trooper is arguably a top 10 character in the game. I think.
He's just too... I don't know. I've been running him under Tarkin in territory battles, in Darkside territory battles, and he is fucking beautiful. Like, with that extra... It's 30 speed, right? Maybe 25? He's beautiful. He just needs that extra little bit of speed, and he's a great tune.
Get him under Tarkin, get him under Zeta Thrawnlee, get him under Veers. It's all nasty.
Would it be inaccurate for me to say that Death Trooper is the best Empire character? Is that wrong to say?
I'd put him in my top 5.
Like Empire? Top 5 Empire?
Well,
I guess
Thrawn is the best
Thrawn.
Empire character by a country mile.
I'll put him number 2.
I think I might.
I don't know if I put... You know what? Emperor Palpatine, I took
I
down...
almost like him a little better than Palp.
Palp just... If Palp wasn't so squishy, I feel like if I had him at Gear 12... Actually, I fought him at Gear 12 today, and it kind of sucked. But I wish he wasn't so squishy, because he's so cool. He's such a great, dynamic tune.
My favorite Empire team I'm running right now is Zeta, Thrawnlee, Death Trooper, Krennic, Palpatine, and Shore.
I want that team. I don't have Krennic.
I'll tell you what, boy, TW, I've made a little makeshift Empire team under Garth Saxon today. Palpatine was bringing the thunder, boy. Just countered with that shot.
Talk about that shitty Empire team you built? Go on.
Yeah, that one I was shitting on the other night. That motherfucker brought the pain today, boy. Palpatine was just slaying bitches. I was like, hell yeah. I found a use for Garth Saxon.
Tell
Garth
us about
Saxon
it. Go on.
Gar Saxon with a counter and Palpatine is disgusting. It's fucking nasty.
If you build the team right, it'll beat it.
Hell yeah. That shit is gross, boy. Palpatine is spraying shock everywhere. Palpatine counters, shocks somebody, sticks everybody else with the shock, and everybody that has shocking is 15% turn meter, so he can just do it again. It's just fucking disgusting. He was going and going and going. Like, I'm tempted to take all of the speed off my Palpatine and just, like, stack him with fucking offense and special damage and crit chance and just start just, ooh, that team totally overachieved what I thought it was going to do. I was shitting on it when I was building it the other night. It was like my leftover Empire characters. Like, what can I build with Royal Guard, Gar Saxon, Palpatine, Tarkin, and God, somebody else terrible. Some other terrible Empire character.
How are you feeling about Stark right now, to you?
I think he's going to be awesome when I get him done.
Yeah, he's a long way to go for me.
His first special is with the Omega is broken. As long as you get his speed up, it's bad.
Well, he's super fast. That's kind of why I'm kind of excited about him, because he's one of the few Empire characters like him and TIE Fighter pilot.
His base speed's insane already. Yeah. And then you get him run first. You hit that crit damage, crit chance up, feed the turn meter back, and then you run Death Trooper, then you hit Veers, then you hit Snow, and then you hit Shore Traunt and rinse repeat. Oh my god. The team's not almost dead by then. It's gonna go around and around. Amazing.
I wish I had good enough mods to run Emperor Palpatine with the Nightsisters. It's the ultimate Barriss counter. You just shock Barriss, and it's all done, right?
Yeah, you gotta keep him alive. That's the tough part.
It's the tough part. He's so squishy. There's a couple of teams that I went like one-on-one today. One was Barriss. That was one that I cleared everybody, but Barriss was left at the end. And I was like, do I send in like an Empire team to take her out? Or like, do I send in like, I was almost going to send in Emperor Palpatine and Death Trooper together so that Death Trooper could put the health immunity on her, but then she's going to cleanse it from him. I was like, and so I just sent in Palpal by himself and he just shocked her and that was it, right? Shock is... it's heal immunity, it's buff immunity, it's daze, it's everything, right? Like shock is really the ultimate buff. Mic drop. You there?
Nah. Well, we okay. Here we got a question from Jay Swizzy Swole. Guild leader and me.
You don't fucking answer questions from someone named Jace Swizzy Swole. Fuck that.
Well, I do because he thinks I'm ripped, so I'm gonna I'm gonna butter him up a little bit.
He's super bipolar and demoted me for zero reason.
He's the one that said I was ripped, yeah.
Guild leader and me are having creative differences. Is it bad if I go to a new guild that is better?
He's super bipolar and demoted me for zero reason. Then everyone gets after him for it. Well, I really hope this guild leader of yours is watching this stream. I'd really like to see you guys throw down in the chat. That'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Can I answer this? You're happy.
Yeah, no, this is your specialty.
I'll answer this. Jay Swizzy Swole, two things. One, play where your heart is. Like, even if a player is with me and they're like, I need to play somewhere else, you do that. You gotta play where your heart is. It's a fucking game. Like, don't waste time playing where there's bitches and, like, weirdos. Two, leadership is having a hard fucking time right now. So if you're not helping them, then fucking deal with it. Like, it's hard to be like in leadership in the guild. We have like, I don't know, Teals, how many people do we have? Like 10 people in leadership, and it's a struggle. Like, it's a struggle to like thank God we have people that do tickets every day and do raids every day, but it's a lot of work. Like today I fucked around and, you know, I don't know, did a whole bunch of things that I'm sure were superfluous for the functioning of the guild, but I spent hours doing it. and so just have some compassion for your guild leaders. You know, say thank you, do what they ask you to do, and you know, suck it up, Buttercup.
Say please, sir, I may have some more.
What's that, Teals?
It's very difficult.
I said, and then after you're done, say please, sir, I may have some more.
Yeah,
I think I'm doing well. Like TB or TW is doing great. I'm like, hell yeah, we're whooping ass. Then I realize, oh shit, I forgot to launch a Rancor. Like it's just so much shit going on. Like I am terrible. I am terrible. I am the worst in the world at launching like a raid 24 hours ahead of time. I completely fucking just. That. Oh, it's tough. And I got great offs. B Masu's in the chat. He is the fucking master ticket guy. He's the master. He's got tickets on lockdown. We got that shit locked down. That's all him. But like, there's so much to do, and we've got 3 or 4 guys, like all contributing, and it's still so much. It's just like, oh shit, I forgot to launch a Rancor. Oh shit, me too. Oh, we might cap out on tickets. Like, it's so much. Like we're sitting here today watching it. Like, we still needed defensive teams on TW today, up until about 2.5 hours prior to the launch.
Oh yeah, we were like an hour before.
We finished in the last hour at least.
Like, I wake up 5 hours prior to the phase ending. Like, I wake up 5 hours.
But leadership is learning too. Like, so I went in, like, Teals and I talked. Teals has got a whole bunch of strategies, so I'm trying to like integrate that into what like I kind of have written down, and then I like go in and write it down in the territory wars. But it was too prescriptive for people. They felt, I think they felt too inhibited to put their teams in. So it's just like we're learning too, right? Like, we're just, you kind of got to be forgiving of leadership right now, because there's so much to do, and we're all figuring it out together. So if your leadership still sucks a month from now, then you got to call them on shit, and you might have to leave your guild. But if your leadership sucks right now, like, I've always been a really progressive, like ahead of the game leader, and I'm struggling with as much content as we have at the moment.
You know what's good advice? Like, if you feel, if you're a member of a guild and you feel like certain areas are being neglected, because they are, it's a lot for officers and leaders to handle right now. Step up and be like, hey, you know, I see that we're kind of struggling in TB or TW organization. You know, if you want to make me an officer, I can kind of help with that and direct traffic, because you do have to be an officer to type those little messages and to kind of, you know, put the, you know, just kind of, I don't know, like, step up, like, be like, hey, I'd like to help, instead of bitching about stuff. Be like, hey, you know,
even
I feel like
a couple days a week. Like, I'm gonna take tickets on the weekends. Oh my god, your guild leader will jizz all inside his or her pants. I'll be like, right?
I just cleared out the last spot on bottom, by the way, boss.
What's that?
I just closed out the bottom.
Oh, son of a gun! What do you think of this, Teals? Like, so we're up against the Republic, which I kind of imagine as having a lot of support from their upper guilds. That's like a number of guilds that have just left Team Skunk, I think, and we're part of. I don't know whether fucking part of it or not. I don't give a shit.
It is. It's just
all of us left Team Skunk.
Well, all of us left Team Skunk, but yeah. We didn't. But we joined you afterwards. But like, I kind of feel like there's the organization that they have, like the level of organization that they have. I think that like they're very like, I respect like how they've laid things out, but I don't know if it's I don't know. I think they've put a lot on defense.
Damn it, dude! I'm sorry. We broke through the front wall, and they got another one right behind it. Let's go. We are fucking these dudes up. Let's go. They're catching up though.
We got a mixture of. We got a mixture of B Rex, B Team Rex squads, a lot of wigs, got some clones, a couple randoms, a couple Jedi. Nothing too big.
Nothing too big. I bet I can take one of those down with my leftovers. I'm on fucking fire today.
I've only got one loss, but it was because I kind of built up. I had to fix a turn meter so I could take it out with a different turn. I'm doing all right.
I think the top technique for territory wars that for this one that I figured out, don't put constraints on your players. Maybe put a focus here, a little circle on there. Let's talk about planning for our rosters.
No, I completely. We actually. It's funny you say that. That's exactly what we learned a TB or two ago. It's just like quit being so bossy. Just like rate your own teams, whatever they are, and stick them here, here, and here. Like that's what we started doing. We won. We won our last one. That was the first one we won. Like it's just and this is partly my fault for way overemphasizing defense. Like in my mind, a loss is the same as a draw. So like, who gives a fuck if you can clear the board? Like I had it like what I thought was not the same mindset of the rest of my guild mates. You know what I mean? Like my guild mates, like we cleared the board and like everyone was like rah 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 all about it. But like it's really hard to preach like hey guys, if we lose, it's not a big deal. Like nobody wants to hear that bullshit. You know what I mean?
But it's not going to be like that for long. So if we neglect what we're doing right now, we won't learn. Like we had a guild that threw in nothing on defense, and I feel like I feel like the only slight to us was we didn't fucking learn anything. Like this is the time for us to learn because they will figure out a way to stop the ties. The ties will not go on for a year or 2 or 3. They will not. Within the next 6 months, they will stop the ties from happening. And the way they will stop that is that it will be who has the better technique. Like that's just it. So if you don't practice, you're going to be fucked up.
And this is a case where our guys were right and I was wrong. Like I was like defense, and they can't beat us. Fuck it. A draw is the same as a loss, and they were right. Like it's way more fun to actually have some characters using offense and like win some battles. It's like, hey Maurice, how do I win with my Ewoks and droids? Like, oh fuck. So we had a TW. We fought the main Republic guild, the top Republic guild, and like it took us 18 hours to go through the front lines. Jeez. And that's when we just went like balls deep on defense, and it's like. Well, we got close.
Phoenix is playing him today. I've been talking with a couple of them. It's a tough fight.
Like at some point you have to worry about morale. It's more fun and guys get into it more. They're more, they're more, just engaged if they're like winning like a couple battles here and there. It's because it's fucking stressful to go in there with garbage tunes and try to beat like 50 CLS teams. Like you're just like, fuck. Like, it's not, I don't know. Morale is a very touchy thing right now. And I was wrong, guys. If you're listening, I apologize.
It's hard. It goes back to the piece where it's like, leaders are just figuring things out. So you do gotta, and this is coming from someone who I would love all the whales to like leave and be like wandering around looking for a guild. Like, no, stick with your guild, wait for it to figure stuff out. And if your leaders aren't dedicated, aren't committed, are like flaky and not like focusing on what's going on, then I don't know. Like for me, that's not where I want to play. I want to play in somewhere competitive and organized and interesting. Yeah. So we have a question that I just want to completely dismiss. Where was it?
While you find it, I do want to point out that B. Masu, who's in my guild, or our guild rather, he said we were at a 15 million GP deficit and almost won.
It's true.
You're damn right. We were in 3 squads of drawing. Like,
and that's amazing.
Going into that, I didn't want to tell people like, hey, we're completely undermatched or overmatched. Like, oh, what are we gonna do? Like, I was like, go, defense. Keep everybody's spirits high. Like, in my mind, I was like, holy fuck. But like, I can't like.
I tell people that. I'm like, we're completely enmeshed again. Fuck EA. And I wrote EA a letter, and I'm just pretending that the match this time which is very, very even in arena ranking and galactic power, is because of this letter that I wrote that said, I'm telling my players to stop throwing their money into the hole of incompetence that you are broadening with your management of this game because I'm so tired of going up against guilds that are 3, 4, like 8 million GB higher than, because when you're at, it sounds fucking so pretentious, I'm sure, but like when you're at 120, 125 million GP, if you're fighting a team that's 5 or 10 million GP more than that, those are not Ugnaughts. Like, those are Zetas. Those are legitimate.
That's not pretentious at all. It's the exact same scenario for somebody that's 60 million GP fighting somebody that's 68 million GP. It's the same thing.
But that can be, there's a lot more like randomness within that. But once you get up to a certain point, it's like the roster, like your roster should be pretty much the same. And then on top of that, there's like, it's like the gravy. Like, you're fighting the gravy rather than the meat and the potatoes. I just shrugged my shoulders.
Yeah.
We talking brown gravy or like white cream gravy?
What'd you guys have for? You guys both celebrate Christmas? Hey, what'd you guys do for Christmas?
We did prime rib. It's like the least traditional Christmas thing ever in my family. We tried prime rib this year.
That's pretty traditional. I mean, like, meal, but I wouldn't say it's untraditional by definition.
Really? Like, I feel like Christmas is like turkey and ham.
Yeah.
Typically, maybe you do like maybe a small turkey and then a roast beef with the like poofy fucking things. What are they called?
Well, in my family, we usually like going after the like the endangered game.
Like what?
Oh yeah.
Like emu, or
emu's not
like American eagle, bald eagle.
That is
we like
endangered, and that's also a lie.
That's like a bald eagle drumstick.
Yeah, we serve fried bald eagle wings at my house on Christmas.
And teals for an accurate representation of what's actually happening in real life. What'd you guys eat for Christmas dinner? What'd you do?
Traditional turkey. Inside.
Did you have it at your house or your mama's house?
In-laws.
Nice. Who beeped at me?
I feel like I went to Alabama, which is a good ways away from me, but my family just recently moved there. And I went there for Christmas, and like there was supposed to be a whole just shit ton of people come over. And like people stood us up on Christmas like I don't think we were going to make it. What the fuck are you going to do? Like why can't you make it to the Christmas family dinner? Like, oh, we're just going to stay home. What do you mean? What the fuck? Oh,
like, were they driving just as far or farther? Or?
No, like my parents moved to a very small town in Alabama, and their family members are probably within a 10-mile radius of the house. All of them. Yeah, like, oh, we're not going to make it. What the fuck do you mean you're not going to make it? You live 6 minutes up the road. You're just going to stay home and just like...
It's because of you. They don't like you.
Ooh, that's a good point. Actually, that's a good point.
I'm just kidding. Everybody likes
no.
Tor says the junker I get, the cooler I get. It's probably fucking correct, but I also take offense to it. So, suck a dick, the Tor.
Well, I will agree with El Tor.
What?
Did I stutter?
You laughed way too much at your own fucking joke there.
I don't give a flying fuck. I'm hammered.
Hard dose of truth, Trontacular says. Okay, it's a little bit late, and I know that we probably... Okay, so... Chai Bears, 326. Hey, TLZ, will you help me go through this? Lovely, beautiful human beings. Grim, thank you for helping me get the stream up and running tonight. It was a fucking mess before you stepped in and helped me figure it out. Trontacular, Kinski Conneal, baby. I looked for you longer than I looked for anybody else, but now I looked for Quinard more than I looked for you, so just kidding, you're still my fave. League of ExtraOrdinary Nerfherders.
I'm so confused.
What's that?
I'm so confused. What's going on?
I'm naming everybody in the chat. Bimasu.
Okay.
I asked
We
you
had a
to
lot of
come on
people in
before
and
and you
outside.
didn't, and I'm kind of a little bit pissed off that you didn't because I think it would be rad. Darth Hideous. Ribeyes. Damn.
B. Mosso has prohibited me from playing TW the rest of the night. Like, he doesn't want me drunk playing TW. Just, like,
You don't know how
messing
many
all with
times I've like pushed the button to go battle a ship squad because it's ships right now and I want to fucking take one down. Son of a gun. Jason,
I keep my rebels on offense and just deploy everything else.
You keep. Oh, how many ships teams do you deploy?
Well, I've deployed my very best, like my arena team. I put it on defense. And if it's getting to be crunch time, we don't have all 50. I got like some little bullshit, like god fucking awful Mace Windu, like Galactic Republic ship team. I throw in there. I just keep all the rebel ships for offense and just put everything else in defense.
I run Thrawn. I love him. I love the Chimera. I think that Mace is a better ship with the right combination with the Plo Koon, Darth Maul combination. I think
All the clones.
yeah. What do you think?
I love Mace ship with all the clones. Basically running a true Galactic Republic setup is pretty efficient.
Well, I think Chimera is definitely the best.
Chimera is amazing. I'll rock it.
I think it's
until
Chimera,
comes.
and then Mace, and then Tarkin. Well, and Home One's really good as well. Like for that, I don't know.
See, I think
Home One with the Phoenix and the Rebels.
yeah, I think
And if
that's
you have
the
some of those
best
at Gear 12,
offensive team.
Gear 12 tunes for ships makes a huge difference.
I think Akbar, with all the rebel ships, is a fantastic offensive team, but you just cannot leave them in there overnight because you'll end up in the 30s and 40s and 50s.
Yep.
Like you could beat anybody with an Akbar, with like you mentioned the Phoenix ships. Those ships are not bad. Like you throw in especially Cassian's ship is awesome on offense.
Oh yeah.
And the power. I brought my Cass and Jin are 9 and 10. My K2 is 9, and I 7-starred his ship this past week, and it's my third strongest ship for fuck's sakes.
You just now 7-starred Cassian U-Wing?
Yeah.
And then the canteen at Battle Store for months.
I didn't do it for I just didn't do it. I just did it now. Yeah, I was kind of wavering whether to do it or not, and then I was like, well, fuck, I have all the rest of the ships, I might as well.
Right, yeah.
But it's nice because I have an extra light side ship to use for Territory Wars. I want to do a ship special too. Want to do a ship special? What was the other thing? I want to do like a Territory Wars how to take down special. If you guys want a special.
God damn, they're catching up with us on the quickness on TW, boy. They just like pop, 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 pop.
What's
they
that?
catch it right on up.
Doing a couple burst fires. Did you guys play that last week? Forgive me if I didn't ask.
Villains won.
Sure.
They got a ways to go, but I mean, we kind of do too. So we're getting there. We gotta get to their ships, so that's the problem.
I think I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I took in my basic rebel team, and my goal was to take out Emperor Palpatine, and then I was gonna take in my Tarkin lead team after that to take out the rest of this Empire team, which was like Gear 12, and they took out the whole fucking team with my Empire team.
Yeah, Sith, time out. I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah,
not really.
No, do not interrupt me. Interject.
I enjoy interrupting you, actually. Sith Lord makes a good point. He says 38 people watching, only 17 likes.
Probably 3 of them are us because we haven't. I don't know how to find where the stream is. So
if you guys watching, like, this is a very low key, like, it's just a fun stream. If you guys watching could just go down there and just hit that thumbs up button. It doesn't take but a second.
You know what I would actually love instead? I would love if you would go up to the top, copy this link, and paste it and say, these folks are ridiculous and dirty. Join their server in your guild chat.
But they also know what the hell they're talking about with Star Wars Galaxy.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about some cool shit tonight. Like I really do. And like, granted, I'm shit faced now and I'm probably rambling, but I don't know. I feel like everybody here is really said some cool shit.
You can get a friend if you sent it to 5 people and get 1 friend to watch it and subscribe. That's so much awesome. It'd be great.
I mean, no bullshit. Every single week that we do this, man, I listen to you guys, like you two, and you guys say something. I'm like, oh shit, and like you guys teach me shit on a weekly basis. So, you know, I feel like a newer player. Hell, I feel like a lot of people could learn, you know, little tidbits here and there, because we have like 3 completely different outlooks on the game. Well, 4 with Bob. You know, we have 4 completely different outlooks on the game. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to this game. There is a wrong. But there's multiple types of right, you know?
Yeah. I'll give a definite shout-out. Paul Bracamonte, Silverbolt, and Aunt Brew did subscribe to us today. Thank you so very much.
I've just put the game name of the week, Vagina Face and Cunty McCunt Face, up there while you were talking, GoodOl'Maurice. And if you're gonna fucking listen to this stream, you dumb leeches, you gotta send your goddamn payment. By reading this line of text, you are officially indoctrinated into the League of ExtraOrdinary Nerfherders. Membership fees are due by the 1st of each month to be paid in A, credits, B, crystals, C, photos of G-rated orgasm faces, or D, nudes only for men over the age of 45 to be sent to @DarthBob, #3457. I don't know, that's the thing, numbers. And you have to do that, okay? You have to. If you don't, then you're gonna feel guilty deep down. After show, I don't know. Should we? Okay, T-Money nudes to T-Money's email. Only for you, Bimasu. I would, honestly, it would make my life if Bimasu sent me, like, a picture of him in a grass skirt with his, like, cock hanging out the front. Like, that would just be like, woo! I win! I win! Like, right? Wouldn't you win? You would win.
No.
You would. No.
Oh,
Teals,
no.
don't you say no. Especially you would win.
Because I had to open up the email first, and
and what?
It's just all bad.
No, it's not.
Sorry, I got distracted and looking at the art tab on our.
I know,
Discord.
Right? We have a new like.
Oh my God.
I started this like #Star Wars art thing that was. Really, I just wanted it to be mine. I didn't want anyone to fuck around in there. I just wanted them to come and look and be like, oh, you're so, like, intellectual and aesthetically, like, knowledgeable. I didn't want people to fucking post in there. And then people started posting on all this, like, Star Wars art. That was, like, beautiful, like, oh, what's the dude's name that was the original Teals? That, like, did the original concept art for R2 and C-3PO and...
You want me to know people's names? That's all of it.
Oh, you're so good at that, though. Oh,
characters that don't make sense in the planet and race they are, no problem. You want a real person name? No.
So this artist was the original Star Wars art, like the original concept artist for Star Wars, and he designed Chewbacca, which did not make it into the Chewbacca genre that is now, but it is exactly how Zeb is. It's like to a T. It looks like Zeb.
Ralph McQuarrie, though.
Yes, Ralph McQuarrie. Thank you. Anyway, so I was like looking for this highbrow thing, and then people started posting Star Wars porn in it. And to their defense, I think probably I started posting Star Wars porn at some point as well, because there's this great like series of Maul and Thrawn like hardcore making out that I just really like. There's so colorful.
And then you get Revan with this Wampa here. It's like, oh my god.
Oh, I did not see Revan in a Wampa, but I did see Wampa with his like huge like member and Leia that was like, oh.
Revan,
just so you guys know, that's not what girls like. No.
Well, okay, time out. Just to say, those of you guys that are creeping in your pants about Wampa as a character, he is not bee's knees of all things.
Okay, walk us through it. GoodOl'Maurice, walk us through it from the beginning. Why not?
Because he's slow as fuck, and then you just ability block him, and he can't give himself protection up, and then he's dead as fuck.
He has no cleanse? Is he not going to be paired with a cleanser? Why not?
Because he's slow, and I fucking hate him.
I know, but I'm with you, and I agree with you. But if he's paired with a cleanser,
right?
Then they're gonna cleanse the ability block from him, and then off he goes.
Yes, they're gonna cleanse him. Who you want to use? You know what?
Say he's just like he replaces
let me rephrase.
fucking Barriss in
rephrase.
a General Kenobi squad or something.
Allow me to rephrase. Yoda, farm Yoda before you farm Wampa.
Why?
Yes.
Because Wampa has absolutely no synergy with anyone. He's just dark side. Like him and Ugnaught are like in the same class. Dark side, attacker, the end. Like there's no synergy whatsoever. At least Hermit Yoda has synergy with Jedi. At least, I don't know. Hermit Yoda is better than Wampa. Farm Hermit Yoda first, finish him, then move on to Wampa. Don't stop Hermit Yoda at 5-star and unlock Wampa to 5-star. Finish Hermit Yoda, then go to Wampa.
And Hermit Yoda, and I called this bitches. Is it getting 40 million, or it's almost 40 million in the tank raid?
I mark my words. It's not going to be me. Like let's be real. It's not going to be me, but somebody will get 40 million with some comp of like Akbar, lead, BB-8, Yoda, 2 attackers, CLS, and probably somebody else.
You named like
going
8
to
tunes,
happen,
but yeah.
Well, some like combination
Akbar,
of 8,
Hermit Yoda, BB-8, and then 2 other tunes, right? Like it's
like CLS, insert, Farm Boy, Han, whoever, like Asajj. Somebody's gonna do some comp with like a combination of like 8 to 10 tunes that are gonna get 40 million, and it's gonna include Hermit Yoda.
Because Hermit Yoda has, is it 3 abilities? None of them are tax. So under Admiral Akbar, when he uses any of his abilities, every single time he uses an ability, somebody else assists.
Yeah, this Hermit Yoda is so fast. He does take at least, it might be 4. I know it's at least 3 of the speed balls from the tank raid.
Huh.
He takes 3, maybe 4 of them. He's very fast, very, very fast. So you get him and BB-8 in that raid team, and just CLS and your attacker of choice, rebel attacker of choice, just going and going and going and going. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna try out Leia on there one time too, just to see. I just fear that Leia will give more turn meter than she will do help.
I dated BB-8, and my auto team now is usually RNG dependent because of that extra attack. Right.
And see, well, yeah.
Yeah. That's tell us about your little I'm gonna push auto and walk away from my phone. Oh, hey, that's quite the score deal
That's
the other
honest.
day.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
That was fun. Didn't expect it to happen, and I actually watched it this time. And I didn't do it with. I didn't have BB-8 Zeta before. I have it now, and I think it hurt me for the auto sake. I could manual through P3 and 4, I'm sure, with it. I just gotta sit down and do it. But got a training ray with their leader, DLS on Zeta, BB-8 R2. You got a lot of exposes, you got a lot of assists, you got a lot of turn meter reduction. I find they stay alive a lot better. You always keep R2 as the taunter, just because with Illuminated Destiny, he's getting the protection up. I don't think he ever leaves outside of protection. It's super strong. You clear out the ads in P3 super fast. It works. It annihilates the ads and turrets in P4. Yeah. I'll post a video of my failed auto attempt from yesterday, but and we'll tweak with it, change speed around a little bit. I'll get it back to working.
I'm very interested in that because like we're talking about the 35 to 40 million teams.
My failed attempt was 11.5 million. So I mean, ooh.
Well, that's damn good for auto. Like you just open it up and auto it for anything. Like that. It's two different spectrums of people. Like the people that want to get the 35 to 40 and spend an hour and a half doing it, and then there's the people that just want to hit auto and get as high as they can. So I'm very interested to see how this team works. Because I mean, if you can just open it up, just like the Rancor, if you could open up the tank rate, auto that bitch for 15 to 20 million and just not even look at it, that's fantastic. Like that's awesome. That's going to get you top 10 easy, if not top 5. In your guild. Like that's.
Yeah, I think I finished 6th with my 11 mil auto run. So yeah. Great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like that's
So, Jay Swizzy Swall. Fucking.
He's got a lot of questions.
He does. Motherfucker is busy. I think that Jay Swizzy Swall would like us to go around and introduce ourselves again. I think we should say our name, our guild, our favorite territory wars defense team, and our favorite time to pick our nose. I don't know. Seems reasonable. Okay, our favorite time to help me out, guys.
I'm sorry, I disconnected my microphone. Is it my turn?
No, I'm trying to find a good one for the end. Our favorite sexual position. We're never gonna outdo that. That was my birthday stream. Our favorite. What do I want to say is our favorite thing to suck. What does Jay Swizzy Swall say? What?
Like the questions don't determine how good it is. It's the answer. So like you could ask any dumb question.
I know. Help me ask a dumb question.
Whatever you said, our favorite time to pick it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I'll go first. Team Energy, the Wolfpack, and my favorite defense squad. I put in this one that I'm going to raise up. It's shitty right now. I probably shouldn't even put it in. It's only I don't know, 75,000 GP. Jin Lead, Cassian, Cholo, Ewok Elder, and who was that? Maybe K2? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, some tanky guy, but like a revival squad. I'm really curious about the revival squads. I would like to make a whole region or 2 of just revival squads, like Jin, Cholo, Nightsisters, not so much now with their people being so aware of their anti-teams. But yeah, so I want to build a nice little tight revival team. I fought a GK, Barris, Fives, Ewok Elder, and I don't know if I said Barris team today. That motherfucking Ewok Elder, he revives like every third. It's like his cooldown for his revive is like 3.
Well, it's 5.
Is it 5? He was just reviving and reviving. I think Thrawn was feeding him turn meter, and he was just reviving like no tomorrow. I had to kill that motherfucker. I had to. It's cute, but I had to kill his ass. So that's I want to build a little revival team. And my favorite thing to suck? I don't know. Come back to me on that. I'll think about it. TLZ.
What were the questions again?
Name, guild, favorite defensive team, favorite thing to suck, or favorite time to pick your nose. My favorite time to pick my nose is, Calgary is terrible. You have to pick your nose all the time.
My name's Teals, Grand Admiral Teals. With the Wolfpack as well. Favorite defensive team. I'm having fun with the Jedi Ray. I'm trying to make it better. I'm getting insane speed. I'm still watching people lose because they underestimate Scavenger Ray and the fact that she hit for 60k on swings with exposes. It's great. Last question. Watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
Okay, so is that my turn now?
Follow
Okay,
that.
so quickly, name, guild, favorite thing to suck.
And favorite defensive team currently?
Okay.
The suck thing should be last. But
My name is GoodOl'Maurice. I'm a member of Zai. It's a pretty badass guild. We're always looking for new members. Slip that on in
No,
there.
you're not.
Yeah, I know.
The wonderful thing about Zai is that they do not have a lot of openings. They've had a couple lately with people retiring, but what are you? How many members do you have since HAAT started? Like from now?
This is a total ballpark. I'd have to look. We have lost some members. I bet we have 30 to 35 members left now from when we very first beat the tank. So we're a pretty tight-knit group. Let's see. Okay, so the next one is favorite defensive team. It's my arena team, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's the absolute best arena team anybody can field right now in the entire game.
Defensive.
Is Asajj lead, Barris Zeta, Daka, Talzin with a Zeta on the unique, and the Nightsisters zombie. And I'm not talking about one of the bullshits like, oh, I got a Gear 3 zombie. Yeah, no, fuck that. No, run your ass a nice, pimped out, well-geared zombie. That's my favorite defensive team. That way the zombie can eat. Like, you can have Asajj go first. Defense down everybody and remove 20% turn meter. And then you have Talzin go. Even if you're facing a CLS team, the zombie's tanky enough to eat both, like just massive waves of retribution. She can eat them both. That's what I like to run on defense. That's my favorite team. And then favorite thing to suck would probably be
Be honest now.
I am like I really like to suck on like a woman's toe. But I'm talking about like a woman's toe, like her big toe, and if it has just like a couple little pubic hairs popping out of the knuckle, that's my jam.
Oh, I love our stream. Thank you to both of you.
Hell yeah, Teal's coming through. Yeah, pop. Yeah, Hell yeah, dude. I didn't think you were coming tonight, man.
Yeah.
It was nice to pop in. I wasn't sure if anything was happening. Then I got my cell phone notification. I'm like, oh, I'll
We
be
weren't
home
sure.
soon.
I went out to buy a PC today. I was like, I gotta fucking buy a PC because I can't figure it out on Mac. And it's like, I'm not buying a PC. It's so ridiculous. And then I figured it out. It's,
Yeah, if you're doing something super low memory, just with audio and some pictures, it's not too bad.
yeah.
Yeah, this
It's,
this was hey T-Bone, you did a fantastic job tonight. Like, it's not quite as interactive and has all the videos but like we had a stream, like it ran the whole time. Like it's just
that's the goal. That was the goal, to have one picture, and we had more than one picture, and to
no,
run the
you
whole
hey,
time.
you really you did great tonight. Thank you very much for. And I tell you what, guys, like she put a lot of work today trying to get this up. So be sure to thank her. If you guys enjoyed the stream, shoot her a message, be like, hey, thanks for the work. She put a lot of work today trying to get this up and running. So, because things are gonna happen. Like Teals and Bob both tonight had some obligations. Things are gonna happen, and she really put us to work today. So I personally appreciate it a lot. We got it up and going for you guys. So
Thank you.
no, thank you,
Hey, Heather Douglas. What a
Heather
stream.
Douglas.
One
Where the fuck?
person drunk, the other two on Valium, but still love you, good old Maurice.
I
Heather
guess I'm the
Douglas,
drunk.
I'm not on Valium.
Valium, I want some Valium. I don't have any Valium. Give me some
I
Valium.
would totally, if someone was like, hey, in the palm of my hand is some Valium, I'd be like,
Oh, speaking of smoke, I picked up some stuff. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I was about to be like way too like revealing. Like,
we should
hey
have
guys,
a T Money Smokes Pot stream
I mean,
sometime.
without revealing too much about myself, I mean, I smoke every stream. so, so,
I you know how much I talk now? I'm a blabbermouth when I'm stoned. I just talk.
right, but like,
Or I
but
like
I
disappear.
bet when you're stoned, you're very easy to confuse. So I could just say something like ridiculous, and like you would pause for a second and think about it for like a solid 2 minutes.
Do you think
True.
I'm not easy confused now? Easily confused?
No,
Okay.
no,
Before we go off, I think we need to take another shot.
yeah, I'm down.
TLC, you in?
I'm upstairs now, but I'll pretend.
Okay.
What do you mean? You don't have many bottles in your nightstand?
No.
If you did, I'd be really concerned. Actually, I'm glad you said no. Yeah, bro, I got some Hennessy right here.
Okay, let's before I get stupid drunk, which this little shot's gonna give me, we're looking. I'm just gonna put this call out, and it's kind of a tough call to put out. If anybody saw our Metatech stream on December the 7th, Metatech is not just someone who is a whale and has all of the tunes. He was very, very interested in Phoenix. He took them all the way to Gear 12 to the maximum potential that they have. And I would love to find more people like that to come on the stream and preach the love of the stuff that they give, or the things that they love.
Whether you went all in on Imperial Troopers, which I'm looking for an Imperial Trooper savvy addict, by the way.
Yes, that's exactly it, Tills. That's what we're looking for, as an Imperial Trooper savvy, like, addict, like. And it's, Gear 11, yeah, Gear 12, it needs to be someone who's, like, invested and is running them in arena and is willing to put them up against the meta, really, because that's where the rubber hits the road. Maybe not. Like, I think also there's a lot to be said for, like, GoodOl'Maurice and I were talking the other night about TK241 is an officer in the Wolfpack, and I love coming to him because he tells me what tunes I can put into Arena before they can actually be put in there. So there's a lot to be said about that expertise as well. But if you're interested in being on the stream, if you think you have something to say about the tunes that you're running, drop us a line, right?
For sure. That's just, I mean, we're talking, we would love to have somebody for First Order. Like, if you went all in on Jedi, like, even if they're not successful and they're way underwhelming and underachieving for what you thought they were going to be, let us know. I'm not being nasty. I'm just saying, you know, some people like to gamble, and those people might, like, if you went all in on Jedi and got all Gear 12 Jedi and run like Gear 12 Plo Koon and the shit sucks, come on the stream and just like explain it. You know, like any comp, any faction.
Love. Yeah, I agree.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's good or not.
Did you Zeta all your murder bears and went all in?
I would love to have somebody on.
Buy you a beer.
I would love.
I think the murder bears, I don't know. I think that they might be the best territory wars team. I have no fucking basis for saying that, other than like conjecture and like hearsay. But from the conjecture and hearsay that I've heard, murder bears are where it's at.
Well, because the three of us really don't have any idea. So, like, if somebody has a pimped out, you know, you got your Chirpa, you got your Paplu, you got everyone zated out.
I got a murder bear expert. I'll fucking PM him right now. The motherfucker.
Oh, then get them the fuck on here. Let's do it. Like, I want to learn about it. Like, when you had Meditech on, that was awesome because I learned so much about the Phoenix. Like, that guy almost had me sold and just stopping what I was doing. Gear 12 and zated on my Phoenix. Like, that was fun.
I zated Kanan the day after the stream.
Yeah, I had to stop myself. Like, after we got, like, no bullshit, we got done with that stream, and I added all the Phoenix to my favorites list. Like, I was going to gear them up, like, next. And then, like, 2 days later, I was like, well, let's think about this.
On the subject of Phoenix, though, have you given any thought about the mythic event for Thrawn when it comes? That's going to be scary.
What's that? What mythic event?
Yikes.
For when Thrawn comes back?
I have Thrawn at 7 stars. What are we talking about?
The mythic event.
Just like they're bringing it back for fun?
Just like we had our 2 mythic.
Yeah.
And et cetera, yeah.
I
you know, they beef up the difficulty, you know? So
I'm going to be honest. If I don't give a shit, then I don't do it. Like, the R2 one, I was like, yay, I could use my Empire, so I did the fucking Ewok one. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking remod my Ewoks for this shit. I'll spend like $1.50 and get the gear from the shop that I would have gotten from this. No, like, I'm not gonna do it. Sorry.
I don't care about Indoor Escalation. I'm just talking about when the legendary events come back and we get to do the mythic because we already have it done.
Yeah, that gear, those Gear 8, 9 Phoenixes you guys got through the Thrawn event, that shit ain't gonna cut it for the mythic event.
Ranger,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no.
No, but no bullshit. If anybody listens to this, whether you're in the chat now or watching it at a later date, if you have pimped out Ewoks, please message me on Discord. Even if we're not on the stream, I personally want to pick your fucking brain about them because I know nothing about the Ewoks. I would love to see
that
them.
would be a great stream.
You know, because a lot of people don't really know what they do, and if MedTech opened a lot of people's eyes to Phoenix and their full potential. Like, if you've got a pimped out Ewok team, you got the Zetas, you've got them all geared up and stuff, and like, even if they're not like top shelf, like, people are still curious on their potential. So please message me on Discord. I would love to pick your brain and get you on the stream about that, because that would be a lot of fun for everybody. Or at least for me. Maybe I was thinking for myself.
No, I agree. I have the man. One of the guys in my past guild who fucking needs a spanking from me. He's always loved Ewoks. He's always run them for Rancor, like for a year and a half, or like he's just always run them. So when they became a potential meta, he already had them at all Gear 11 completely maxed out. So he's the one to talk to. But if you're an Ewok person, call us because he might not talk to me because we're fighting right now.
This is not Finn. by the way.
This is not Finn. No. This is I can't remember what his name is. Papa somebody.
But like MedTech came on a couple weeks ago, and he was very realistic. He was like, there you can beat anybody with him, but you're gonna fall. He was very honest and just like straight up with it with the Phoenix and like their expectation. Even with the ships, he was like, you can beat them, but you're gonna fall. And you get, he was very realistic, and I thought that was very.
And it's like, if you don't love them, don't do them, right?
Yeah.
Because it is an investment, but everything's an investment. Like, if you look at, like, we were bitching about Phoenix being like, oh shit, you need 4 Zetas, right? You need, like, you have the 5 Phoenix, you don't have Ezra, you bring Chopper in, you need 4 fucking Zetas, like, oh no, hands in the air, hair on fire. Well, what do you need with CLS? You need like 15 fucking tunes to get him in the first place. Then you need a Zeta on him, a Zeta on R2, a Zeta on Han. It's the same deal, right? Like, they've balanced this game, I think, very well. Whereas if there's an arena team that can win an arena, like, any arena team that you put 4 Zetas on is going to win. Nightsisters, CLS lead, Phoenix, doesn't matter. Like, they're going to win. Like, there's just a balance. There's a balance there.
Well, I played this game a very, very, very long time. And this
No, you haven't. You played it like.
This Nightsisters team. I'm adding to what you said. I have a 4 Zeta arena team.
Yeah.
This Nightsisters team I'm running right now with Barris is the best team I've ever run. Like, it hands down. Like, there's no question. Like, this team holds on defense. I can beat absolutely anybody on offense. Like, it's not even like, I'd venture to say 95% success rate against any arena team. Like, it's like the more Zetas you put in the team, it really pays off. And just we talked about the Gear 12 stuff earlier. My Nightsisters they've got all the med packs and all the stuff we talked about earlier. Like, it all pays off. And I don't really know where I was going with that. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm looking at my, tank auto team. Yeah, eight Zetas on my team.
What?
Yeah.
What are you running?
I'm just saying that I have 8 Zetas
I know.
combined on
What
the
are you
auto
running?
team. Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2, CLS, and Radon.
How many Zetas you got on Ray?
2.
Dang. You have that on defense for us?
Yeah.
Or no, never mind, the Republic. We used all our Ray on offense. Yeah, we did, you dumb bitches.
My Ray's on defense.
I'm too drunk to take down any more teams on Territory Wars.
Don't do it right now. B-Monster earlier was like, he basically was like, hey, don't play it tonight. He was like trying to be cute and funny, but like I could tell he's kind of semi-serious about, hey, don't try to play anymore tonight.
I have to say, one difference between the Republic and us is that they're like, I can tell they're like, focus all your like battles here, focus all your battles. Like, they're very prescriptive. And it's just helped me realize that I don't want to be that way. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I first met you a few months ago, you were that way.
No,
I think
I'm still figuring stuff out.
No, bullshit. Yeah.
No, like I said, that like I do, like as a leader in the game, it's totally still figuring shit out. It's like, I don't know how, like 5 months ago, I knew exactly what people needed to farm. I'm like, farm your fucking Hoth brothers, farm your Veers, farm your snow troopers. Don't give me shit about this. Just fucking slow farm them. Now I'm like, I have no idea. Like, it could change. Like, right now I want to say, like, farm Ray, farm, like, a revival team. like farm mods, of course, like to make sure like all of your team is modded. I like it's so confusing right now compared to how it used to be.
Like I don't mean this negatively or at all, but like every guild leader or officer that's watching this, you have 5 to 15 people in the guild that will do whatever you say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking shit about those. I mean, it's great. Like, I mean, like they'll do whatever you say. Like, they're all about the team. Like, they're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
So, like, you really need to have a long-term plan for these people. Not these people. That sounded terrible. But for these types of players, like you really do want to, like we touched on earlier, and then we kind of got sidetracked and all this other shit. But like you really want to have a long-term plan, just set out for everybody. And like, while you look at it at first glance, it's overwhelming. Just stress you like, hey, this is very long-term. You just have a plan, because everyone in your guild is going to be at different steps. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way everyone in all 50 members of your guild are going to be moving all at the same pace. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, you need to have laid out steps, because a lot of people, like obviously the 3 of us on the stream, and I don't play it casually because we do a fucking stream, but like, I would. A lot of people in your guild, while they might have nice GPs and shit, they play it semi-casually. They log in, do all their dailies in 25 minutes, and then log out. That's what they're done for the day. Like, so, like those people that do that, I mean, they're farming for gear, and they're gearing their characters, but they need to see it. Like, those people like quick.
And that's one of the differences I wanted to point out between Zai and Wolfpack. A lot of your players are day one players. A lot of you guys have been together since the game began. And it's a different kind of spirit of farming. And I've theorized about it, but I've finally experienced it as someone who, I have all my ships. Like, I have the, 5 ships on hard farm, like the first order ships plus the Kylo ship, Reaper and Millennium Falcon. Like, I have those on farm, and they're just being slow farmed. But I imagine this is exactly how it was at the beginning with all of the day one player. It's just like a different feeling, a different attitude, a different approach to the game. But with my not ships side of things, with my character, there's like a competitiveness, and there's players, I'm sure, there's like thousands of fucking players who've started at the same time that I've started at, that are just not as competitive and ferocious and like focused and pay to play as I am, that don't experience the game like I do. But I just, for day one players right now, it's like this mellow, it's on farm, like the whole fucking thing is on farm, whereas there's still a lot of eagerness or competitiveness, I think, with our guild, with Wolfpack. But it's also varied as well, because we have lots of day one players and we have lots of new players. So we have lots of day one free to plays and lots of day one pay to plays.
Well, I just want to point out that your assumption of day one players all in the guild, how it's just smooth sailing. I just want to inform you that is not the fucking case.
Really?
They go, yeah, of course it's not. No, because it doesn't matter if you're day one or not.
You have a whole fucking year to farm tunes, more than like I've had to farm, and I almost have all of them. Right.
Yes.
So what the fuck have you been doing if you don't have them all?
Oh, fuck that! Not farming Hoth Rebel Scout, Hoth Rebel Soldier, General Veers, Snowtrooper. Nobody's farming those fucking characters that started the game.
What did you tell me today? I asked you today. I'm like, I've finished Reno in Arena. What should I farm? Can I farm credits? You shouldn't farm anything until you have all the characters.
Now, yes, I give you that advice now. But had you asked me that prior to the release of any sort of guild activity, I'd be like, fuck, I would have been like, oh fuck, Mob Enforcer, go for the and it's like fuck Ugnaught, go for credits. But now you need all the characters because you really need that GP.
But what do you have? What do you have your Ugnaught and Mob Enforcer at? What stars are they at?
Okay, let's see. I feel like you're trying to bust me. I feel like you're trying to bust
now
me.
I am. Now that
no. You're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay, yeah. I'm about to put it in your face.
I've seen your GP these days, and it's growing surprisingly fast.
I'm not spending any money.
I know, but it's still growing really quickly.
Ugnaught. Yeah. Level 72. Yeah. Just high enough to get all the level 7 abilities.
Yeah.
Granted, because as we mentioned, I am a very
stars?
7.
And
7.
Mob Enforcer.
Mob Enforcer. All right, brace yourself. Mob Enforcer. Level 85, gear 11.
Holy fuck, are you kidding me?
Yes, I'm totally kidding. Yes, I'm totally kidding you.
Okay.
Level 63 in gear 8.
But 7 stars.
Yes, I mean because I've been playing for 2 years.
That's exactly what I'm fucking saying, GoodOl'Maurice. It's
right, but
it's a different approach to the game. Like it just feels differently. Like I got in ships in day 1. Yes,
I'm working on the same characters you and your guild mates are working on. I'm working on Veers. I'm working on Snow Trooper. I'm working on my Imperial Troopers. I'm working on my Rogue One. I'm working on my Phoenix.
It's a different feeling though because you've gradually farmed all of those tunes, whereas I've panic farmed everything, having started a year later than you.
Well, that's kind of on you for getting the feel that you need.
Not on me.
That you need everything. I have to have everything.
Not on me.
That's where they get you. That's where they get you. They're like, oh, you have to have everything, and you have to have it now. And then you end up with a roster full of Gear 8 and 9 characters. That's just not going to do you any good.
Tails, give us your perspective. So your OG account, your 1.0, when did you start with that account? And was that free to play?
February 10th.
February 10th.
And no. I spent.
That's late. February 10th, 2017?
Yeah.
Oh, you little whale. Whew.
Okay, I'm going to ask both you guys and then also the chat. Okay, I just had this special holiday offer pop up. Boba Fett 80 shards. I do have Boba Fett.
Buy it.
I do.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, do it. If the chat can chime in as well. I got 2 do-its. I've got a $8.99 pack for 1,000 crystals, 80 Boba Fett shards, and then that's it. Pretty much. The rest of
let me ask you this question. Do you ever buy crystals with your money?
I haven't bought anything in quite some time. Not since Tales of the Zombie. I felt extremely dirty after buying those 2 characters and haven't really spent any money since.
You should, because that was a lot of money that you could have put towards the good of humankind, and you didn't. So,
Okay, we have a whole channel full of buy it. So I'm gonna get it.
Okay, buy it. I bought it. Buy it, whale. It's got 1,000. That's what I said. It's got 1,000 crystals. Fuck. It's like, would you like 1,000 crystals for less than 1,000 crystals costs plus a bunch of other fucking shit? Yeah, you would.
Right, but like I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's worth it alone.
Okay, well I just bought it. Okay.
So now your 12 pack.
There we go. You read my mind. Like we had this on the outline. Let's go ahead. You want to go ahead and do it real quick?
I'm on the fence, and I have to say, for $100, I'm very irresponsible with my money in this game, and this feels to me like something that is lovely and will not take a lot of effort. Like, I can fill up the slots that I've been working towards, and I can put those guild currency gold pieces towards Hermit Yoda and Wampa, and I'm very tempted to do it.
I'm all for the single multi-tool. I'm not for the mega bundle.
I agree 100% with Teals.
Really? I love those pieces, though. I didn't even think of the multi-tool as an option. I was like, why are they offering this fucking multi-tool? I did not think of that as the best piece at all.
The multi-tool, in my personal opinion, is hands down the best piece.
Huh.
And you get some crystals with it. And I don't want to misquote, but they talked about it on the RSG stream last night, and Loki was talking about how many TWs it takes to actually farm a piece from scratch, and it was more than 2, right?
Oh,
so I mean, I mean, this is all relative to your income and how much you like to spend in the game. If you spend it all in the game, like you're basically exchanging 3 to 4 weeks at a minimum for $20 for the best piece in the game, and you get a few crystals with it, which are I don't know. I did buy the multi-tool pack, so I can't see it anymore. How many crystals you got? But
250 and 250.
Damn.
250k, 250k
I
credits.
didn't know the multi-tool is the best piece.
Yeah.
Not to mention the 50 T4 trading droids.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
I get a little turned on every time I go into our territory war because I feel like we're winning, even though we're losing.
I feel kind of good about the Boba Fett pack. That wasn't bad.
How are you feeling about it,
God.
Tails?
Holy shit! They just offered it to me like immediately again. Get out of here! I can't. No, get out of here, CG, with your fucking antics. Like I bought that Boba Fett pack because everyone was like, yes, yes, yes. And then as soon as I bought it, I opened the thing that said, "You've received your bundle," and then they immediately offered to me again. What a bunch of dick bags!
I would buy it again. I would buy it again.
No, fuck that.
If you've ever bought crystals, you're gonna want to buy that pack because it's crystals plus, is it 30 or 80 shards? Like it's hands down the best fucking deal. And Teals, I'm farming Boba. Double refreshes every day. I'm farming that bitch.
You don't have 7-star Boba Fett?
No. Sorry. What's his name? Fat boy.
Gamorrean Guard.
What?
I'm so proud.
I am. I've just given in. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
And B Mossy says buy the Gear 12 pack and get a second multi-tool plus a med pack. The pack itself, if you break it down into how long it would take you to farm those 4 pieces plus the crystals you get, it's not a bad deal, but it's very expensive. Like,
I don't think you can really think about it.
The question
like
is,
that,
who do I give my multi-tool?
And I'll tell you what, you guys are gonna laugh. You know who I gave my multi-tool to? I gave it to Akbar. because I'm running that raid comp we've mentioned so many times tonight, and Akbar has 0% health steal. And you put that tool on him, he gets health steal, so he doesn't fucking die. Like every single raid I've done with this comp.
You bitched about that to me for fucking an hour.
I know, and
I'm gonna put that fucking health steal piece on him just because he's fucking so low. Blah blah blah.
But it makes a massive difference. Like no longer like before I put that tool on him, at least once a run. And it sounds ridiculous, but it's very difficult to pop his tactical genius and wait for it to get all the way back around to him so he can pop his health move for him to regenerate health. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but that's a major fucking...
He's big time. He's the squishiest tune on that team.
With that 5% health steal, like, even if you get the shaft and like, you call in Akbar on assist every single time, like, you're like, God damn it, I'm calling Akbar. But at least, he's regenerating health and he doesn't die. Like, and like, I use Farm Boy, so that tactical genius is imperative for my success because, like, Farm Boy can do his... Because when you're doing this raid, you can't use his special move because it doesn't give him turn meter. So if you can get the tactical genius around the Farm Boy, he can do his special move, then immediately do his basic and get that 40% turn meter boost.
I don't think you've actually talked about how Farm Boy works, have you?
Well, but I'm saying, though, and it's an extra turn, so his crit damage stacks even higher. Like tactical genius, like a lot of people run this team and they don't care if they actually want Akbar to die. So when BB-8 or Hermit Yoda does a move, like you only have a chance to call like Raid Han, CLS, or whoever you're using, like the two good rebels, not the shitty rebel in Akbar. But like if you use Farm Boy, like you have to have Akbar. He's imperative to the situation.
I wonder if I can put in that who was it? Who's that player? I don't know who he was, but he's on the Nerfherder stream and posted that 400,000 damage by Acolyte. That was pretty badass.
All right, B Moss who said the Gear 12 pack, it's not a bad deal, it's just expensive, and that's absolutely correct. Like it's
the first time they've ever put a price on it.
It's fair. For all things, that being said, it's fair for all things in the game. This game is extremely expensive. Like you're talking like $20 to buy like a chromium pack. You know, like for relative to everything else in the game, the Gear 12 pack is a decent value. It's expensive? Is it worth it? Is it a good value for everything relative in game? The prices of things, yes. It's expensive. It's $75 American. I mean, I don't know how much.
$105 Canadian.
I mean, I don't live in Canada, so I really don't know the cost of living. But like, if it was 105 US dollars, absolutely not. 75, it's fringe, a decent value considering the prices of everything else in game. Like, I don't want to encourage people to buy it, but if you're spending massive amounts of money in the game, it's
that's
not
a thing you're gonna buy.
Yeah. So if you're free to play, it's out of the question. If it's free to play, you need to be more like if you're free to play or relatively low spend to play, the single multi-tool pack is probably more enticing than the $75 pack.
Like, let's compare it to the Hoth Rebel Soldier pack that had the fully like completed stun gun, cuff. Like, it had, was it a cuff? I don't know. It had like 3 or 4 pieces. Like, this is not as good of a deal as that was. I know a lot of free-to-play players who are like, I'm just gonna break from my like little thing to purchase this for, even though it was like $80. Oh, is someone shaving their pubic hair right now? Is that what's going on? It's not me. And then they came back to the game after that. I don't think that the Gear 12 pieces are one of those. I think it's a very whaley thing. I think that the Gear 12 pieces, honestly, yeah, the bayonet is good, blah blah blah, but it's not a game changer. It's not like going from Gear 11 to 12 or 10 to 11. It's a really, really good piece of gear.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't sell enough. Now, if it was 4 multi-tools for 75, I might be tempted.
Honestly, is he shaving his pussy right now?
His mangina?
His mangina? I am smelling like a rose at something. So, just so everyone knows, GoodOl'Maurice has a train that runs by his house, and we lost the whole stream? What?
No, we're back. No, I think we lost audio for a second, but we're back.
What were you vibrating with over there?
I know. That was so hot, hey? I think GoodOl'Maurice is the only one that fucking dropped any frames there. Everyone's like, that buzz is hilarious.
Oh man, I
Angina?
thought we kept the stream. I'm so glad you came back because I thought we lost the stream and I'm about to take a piss. That would have been super embarrassing.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we have any? Oh, wait. I'm going to post a thing. I don't know what it is, but I have something to post. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, this is good. This is good. This is just a little... Not copy. Fuck you, dumb shit. Post this.
All spells, you could always buy that Gear 12 pack and then ask for a refund.
Yeah. So, just so you know, you can do this. And maybe you want to wait and do it for when you need a really big refund. Or maybe you just want to fucking do it now because you're never, ever going to ask for a proper refund from Apple. But from Google, it's much harder to get a refund. From Apple, you can fucking buy a shitload of stuff and then just ask for a refund and they'll give it to you. Yep.
I've never been denied by Google, but you have to do it in like that 48-hour window.
48-hour window. But they don't take it away, right? Do they take it away from you, Teals?
Never.
Yeah.
And
So
again,
you
I've only done it like 3 times, but
buy a shitload of stuff and then you say, I'm really disappointed with the RNG that's associated with this purchase that I made. And then they give it back to you and you keep your Gear 12,000. Sounds good to me.
For anybody listening, this is the worst advice imaginable. Please, please
It's
don't
not.
blame us.
The fact
I was
of the matter
totally
is it's
joking, by
not.
the way.
What's that, Teals?
No, if somebody spends like $300 and then like gets their power cut off because Google didn't refund their money, like that's kind of on us. So I don't want to be held liable.
Oh,
If you
if you're in a financial struggle and you're trying to manipulate fraud, I don't recommend this.
no.
Well, you know,
No, my advice is for people who have the financial capital to be an asshole with your money, but you can ask for it back. That's the advice that I'm giving right now.
Again,
smelling
no,
like
that
a
bombshell.
rose that somebody bought me
Again,
on the
anybody listening, this is the
birthday
worst advice we've ever given on the
bed.
Yeah.
Come on, carry on.
And on this bombshell, should we move it into an after party for people?
yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
No, wait, I have one more thing to post. Are we shutting the stream down? You know what? You don't get to shut the fucking stream down because I'm running this shit, bitch ass. Oh, yeah.
Nah, but the two of us can leave here by your
Okay,
damn
one more
self.
little thing. Just one more little thing. Okay. This was sent by someone who's been posting more and more in the Nerfherders stream. Captain Vague Antilles. Thank you, Mon Capitan, for this beautiful little screenshot. Simple yet poignant. This is a Ventress hitting with her stacking offense. Those are fucking basic, motherfuckers. Like, that's amazing. Like, there's so many tunes right now that I believe we're not tapping out on the full potential of these tunes, and we have...
Is that Initiate next to her?
It is. Because this is P4.
Oh yeah.
Because you can tell because it's an even number in the turns to enrage. An Initiate is the only Nightsister that gives a squad wide buff. If you put Omega on, it's a 3-turn crit chance up squad wide buff, so you can just like do it whenever. You don't have to time it. Like it's plenty long enough to just spam it whenever and just ride it out. Like, if you guys are wanting to use Nightsisters in P4, you kind of have to have Initiate.
GoodOl'Maurice, from
Yeah.
my personal selfish self, I would like you to build me a 2-team Nightsisters. I'm really looking for that. Looking for a 2-team resistance. I think I've personally got that mapped out. I need a 2-team Nightsisters, and I'm willing to take Talia and Initiate all the way.
Classic Resistance embarrassed today against the nastiest looking GK Xeris team out there, and it was a laughing stock.
It's a walk in the park. Everyone should have these Nightsisters, man. Even, I think what do you get them at? 4 for Talzin?
I think Tal's on Lux at 3.
And Lux at 3. Even, I don't know about 3, but 4, certainly at gear 10 or 11, you're going to be able to take some badass Jedi Ray teams out with it. I took a Jedi Ray team out today. That was the second worst. I was a little afraid to take out the worst on our chart. It was like 297 was the BB-8. It was scary. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. But I took the second hardest one out, and it was a cakewalk. Like, it was so simple. You're gonna want these. Gonna want these girls in your pocket. It's a great offensive team. No longer a defensive team, I don't think. Now that we know Imperial troopers can tape them down, but oh hey, Teals, you got a little vid here, brother, with your auto. I'll post that in the chitty chat.
Well, the cool thing about this picture you posted,
It's in the chit chat.
This is a perfect example of Asajj Ventress's 55% health steal when she recovers 223,000 health on a basic
Exactly.
attack. Like, this team obviously is using a really bullshit zombie. like there's
How do
no
you know
way
that they're using a bullshit zombie?
Because yes, 100%. There's absolutely no way, because I've run this team in P3 and P4 with a good zombie, and there's absolutely no way you get it up to 406. Somebody's just dying over and over and over again and building her thing.
Oh yeah.
Like it looks
But
cool
it's
now.
not even that, because don't each little droid in P3, but then it resets at the beginning of the phase. Each turret in T4 and both of the B2 rocket, what are they called? Rocket droids. Like both of those count as a death. Like all of those count as a death. So there's
absolutely,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that's what she's getting her AOE off of, not necessarily zombie.
It is zombie, because I've run this again. I've run this team.
Really?
I've run this team and almost come to a very probably 80% clear of P4 with this team, and my Asajj doesn't hit for this at all. Like this is a 7-star team with a very bullshit zombie, like a 7-star zombie gear 5. Like one turret shot takes it out.
Let's ask Captain Vega Antilles.
Ask him. There's no way, because I mean I've run this exact team, initiate and all. Like I said, initiate's mandatory for this P4 team. And my Asajj wasn't hitting anywhere close to that. Where I mean, I was capping out about 180 up to 200,000.
Would you fight Captain Vega Antilles if he said that his zombie was higher than gear 9?
Would I fight him? No, but I would probably challenge him to like a Russian headbutting match.
What's that?
Just where we headbutt each other till one person passes out, and the other one wins.
Wow. I don't think I've ever headbutt a person. I've had someone punch me in the face. Like a number of people punch me in the face as hard as a number of women punch me in the face as hard as they can, and it didn't hurt. But I think if they headbutt me, that would hurt a lot. You guys want to play rock, paper, scissors, paper for a slap in the face before we go to sleep?
I will slap you right in the fucking face. Grim says you are also missing that squad has been used since phase 1 to build up that damage. All that damage, from what I can tell, maybe I'm wrong, don't quote me, but the damage resets after each phase.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Grim says, no it doesn't. GoodOl'Maurice says, yes it does.
Okay, well that's what
let's figure it out though. Hey, let's
I might be wrong.
Out. That's what I love about our streams, is that I'm sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, I think maybe 10% of the time we're on the cutting edge of what we're figuring out in this game, and that's why I appreciate GoodOl'Maurice and Teals and myself and Bob is for pushing us to figure out the edge of what we know.
Well,
right.
while I love the Nightsisters, but Asajj is worded the exact same until the end of the encounter as Farm Boy Luke. And Farm Boy Luke's damage resets. I know for a fact. I use it every raid.
I've used it, and
resets.
I've noticed that it's reset as well. But let's figure it out.
Just like it resets in between Fuck it, I don't. Whatever. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I was just talking out of my ass there. I just
love
stopped
when
myself.
we talk about our ass. I mean, out of our ass.
And then there's multiple people here says yes, it does. And then Darth Hideous says it resets but builds in P4 much quicker because of the constant target regions, as you mentioned. The B2s,
in P3 it should go even more so because it's got the B2 and then 6, right? And P4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just depends on how much damage there is in each phase.
Yeah, it's just I love the Nightsisters.
Teals is falling asleep.
I'm married to this.
Teals is falling asleep. He wants to play rock, scissors, paper for a slap in the face.
All right, let's do it.
Teals, are you ready?
Sure.
Teals, you gotta like answer on time though. Okay, you're gonna call it, Teals. Okay, go. You call it.
1, 2, 3, shoot, or 1, 2, 3, go.
Like
one,
rock,
two,
scissors, paper, and then you answer on the paper part.
I feel like we change this every week, but okay, let's go. 1, 2, shoot. Then is what it is.
Yeah, 1, 2, shoot.
Shoot.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Rock, scissors, paper. Okay,
Paper.
rock.
No, timeout. No.
No, fuck. Good
That was
Maurice.
paper. That was paper. And you changed it to like.
No, I got rock.
lose.
I have a fucking rock in my hand right now. I have
But
a rock.
I don't
You
see
just
that.
said on the third go was the answer, not the fourth.
You can't do
Don't
rock
wanna
paper.
interrupt
It's
you.
1, 2, go. It's 1, 2, and then everybody says what
if
they say.
anyone would like to have this conversation with me, it's Teals, who said what he was before I did. You were still fucking thinking about it after me. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, which one are we doing it on? We doing
We're
1,
gonna
2, shoot or
rock,
3, shoot?
scissors, paper.
But you're gonna say paper every time, so Teals and I are just gonna do scissors.
Okay, ready? Rock, scissors, paper.
Scissors.
Rock.
There's
Yep, you lose.
Oh, rock beats scissors, bitches. I want to hear you.
No, you
slap
said
yourself.
paper last.
No,
Completely
I did not. I
contradicting
said
your
fucking
rule.
rock. I have a rock in my hand. Slap yourself in the face.
Yeah, time out. You
You
just
said
because you have it
paper.
in your hand, you said paper.
No, I didn't. I have a rock in my hand. I said rock. I have rock. No.
All right,
I
redo.
won. No,
Time out. We're doing it one more time.
won.
Yes, you cheated us. We're doing. No, don't say rock, paper, scissors. Say 1, 2, and then we all go.
Okay, let's do it differently. Let's go rock,
Yeah,
paper, scissors, go. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
That's the final answer. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I have to get back into the stream of the force.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Got it.
Okay. Rock, scissors, paper. Paper!
Rock.
Oh, so I beat Maurice. He's got to slap himself. Teals beats me. I'm going to take off my headphones and slap myself. Okay, wait. Maurice, I want to hear you slap yourself. I'm going to go first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Maurice, go.
Ooh, I just knocked a molar out of my mouth.
One more time. Ready? On the 4th. Rock, scissors, paper. Scissors.
Scissors. Yeah, he sure did. God damn it.
What did Teals get? Did he beat us?
Yeah, he beat us both.
Oh, okay. Ready? You ready, Maurice? 1, 2, 3.
I'm done with that game. We keep losing.
I'm so grateful I found a community that can play with this with me after so many years. Are there any final questions before I take my slurry self and try and you just have to put things in hockey terms and us snow Mexicans will understand immediately. That's racist. I'm not a snow Mexican. I think Gum is cheating, probably. Smack that like button if you're enjoying the stream. Grim, you're all for it.
He's a G.
He's a fucking gem, that motherfucker.
Did
gotten
did I say the term snow Mexicans?
I don't think you're allowed to say that. I don't think you should perpetuate it. Where's the
Well,
after
I
party?
mean,
After party's
yeah.
in the stream. Oh, it's so fun to be able to post our stream address.
Yeah, come to the Discord, guys. I know I'll be in there for at least 17, 18 minutes before I pass out. But before you leave, do try
I'm
to
good
hit
for
the like
about
button.
11.
That'd be swell. Hit
Okay,
the like button on the way out.
let's like button and subscribe. And like I said, take the little link, move it over to your guild and say, oh my god, these guys are so gross. Like, their server is this link and it's totally not safe for work. And I will guarantee you 5 people will show up in our Discord.
Just because.
If you say, this is disgusting, people are like, ooh, that's too bad. And then here they come. Any questions? Last chance?
I want to get fired.
I want to get fired? Yeah. Revving all the Sithars already hit all of them.
All right, we do have one. We have Around the Horn, favorite Star Wars characters, not game related.
Oh. Hands down, Princess Leia.
Jabba the Hutt.
Hands down. Really? You fucking perv?
Bullshit.
Why?
I like his style, boy, because he's a fucking gangster.
Ugh. All I think about is that
You already
tongue
know
and
the answer.
bad breath and the Revan. Is it Revan?
Me?
Tilcia.
No.
Thrawn.
You know this already. Why the fuck am I blue?
Thrawn.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thrawn. All-time favorite. Thrawn is an amazing...
Ever since Heirs of the Empire books, I've been hooked ever since, man. Timothy Zahn changed my life.
What's the latest book called? The latest Thrawn book. I haven't read the original. It's just Thrawn. Oh, okay. What's
The Heirs of the Empire is the original episode 7 through 9.
I have not experienced that yet. But I don't know. Carrie Fisher, if you are not familiar with Carrie Fisher's personal history, it is really quite a, I don't want to say cool little story, but it's like...
Superwoman?
You know, if you've faced adversity, it's one of those stories that helps you to understand that adversity is what makes us who we are and what makes us the special, unique individuals that we are.
And her cameo in Blues Brothers was fantastic.
Really? I don't know. I have to go look at that. Okay, a reminder. January 1st, we are lifting the spoiler bullshit crap for the Nerfherders channel. We will be talking freely about the movie as if it is lore, as if it is history on January the 1st. This is a respect to Chrome Cobra, Mistress, some folks who are gathering together and going to see the movie together. So we're going to hold off until January 1st. Please like the video, subscribe to the video, take that little link and share it with your guild. That's 50 fucking people we get to be exposed to. We have 163 subscribers right now. We're shooting for 1,000. So we'd really like to get up there.
Booger sugar.
We have 176 subscribers.
What's that?
So the subscribers are 176 right now.
Oh, nice. Also, did you say booger sugar, GoodOl'Maurice?
I'm just quoting what people type in the chat. Booger sugar princess.
A booger sugar princess. Yeah, babies. I was gonna say something. What was it? Anyway, we're gonna be here on Thursdays. Next Thursday, I have a couple of videos that I'm hoping to get out for us. If I can figure out the audio, if someone wants to give us a hand, please give me a PM. If someone is an expert, if not expert,
I'm taking online classes for video editing, so maybe in a couple of months. I'll
That would
be
be
ready.
great, Teals. I need some help with the audio. I recorded a video of me interviewing GoodOl'Maurice about the 6 Nightsister teams that squash them, and it's just got all this background noise in it. But I would love
Play around with it. Play around with it in OBS. We'll talk about it later.
I feel like we covered that pretty well tonight in the stream, though. We kind of
We
redid
did,
it, kind
but
of.
I want to put it out in a little piece that's palatable for people, right? Like people aren't going to listen to 2 hours of stream to tell them anything.
2 hours my ass. We're pushing 4, homie.
4 homes.
Hey, congratulations! You are the first woman I've ever said homie to. That's weird. That was weird for me. Congratulations.
Thank you. Anything that makes you feel uncomfortable and inappropriate is a win for me. Okay. Fuck y'all. See you in Discord channel. You know I'm going to be there for as long as I'm going to be there. And then I'm going to fucking peace out on y'all. So let's go.
I just posted the link like 80 times. Toodles. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. Good night. See you next week. See you in the chat. Like and subscribe.
Pussy farts.
Pussy farts. Bones.
Lumpkin.
When you're feeling all alone.
The Clampkin.
That's